Hate doing cardio? Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth for a healthier heart for a healthier you. Smile Generation trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today and live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With nonstop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, there are great connection options to several cities. Whether it's the romantic streets of Paris or the stunning beaches of Barcelona, Condor will start your vacation by offering comfortable and spacious cabins. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. All right, you might not suck as a human being, but something, or maybe multiple things about you do suck. It's just human nature, right? And no one knows this better than your family. For example, if you're a vegan, you don't suck. However, if you're a vegan and put the burden of your voluntary dietary restrictions on other people, well, yeah, you suck. Case in point, a woman wrote one of those Dear Abby-style letters complaining that her adult daughter is ruining the food at family gatherings. You see, instead of bringing her own food, the daughter expects the family to accommodate her. And they've been giving it a try, and as this woman says, everything we eat sucks. So she might not suck as a human being, but that part of her sucks. Then there are those trivial matters that families engage in, right? What radio station to listen to in the car, who has the right to the TV remote, and who controls the thermostat. In fact, an 87-year-old man in Florida, he was arrested last week after shoving his 85-year-old wife. What was the issue? The wife had the audacity to turn the thermostat down, right? It was just too warm in the house for her. She turned it down. That is not what husband wants. Next thing you know, they're scrapping in the hallway. That's it. So don't mess with the man's thermostat. Now, look, these are just some of the stories we've come across. Stories that left us with many questions we'd like to ask you in the form of our random question brought to you by our friends at Advanced Hair Restoration. And this is how it works. You call us, we'll ask you a question at complete random. And after you share your story, we will share with you the news story that inspired said question.
To be a part of the big show, the random question. Call 206-803-ROCK. Like KISW on Facebook, follow us on X and Instagram at Men's Room Live. And send those emails to the Men's Room at KISW.com. Oh, the show.
Hate doing cardio? Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth for a healthier heart for a healthier you. Smile Generation trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today and live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. What if comparing car insurance rates was as easy as putting on your favorite podcast? With Progressive, it is. Just visit the Progressive website to quote with all the coverages you want. You'll see Progressive's direct rate, then their tool will provide options from other companies so you can compare. All you need to do is choose the rate and coverage you like. Quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With nonstop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, there are great connection options to several cities. Whether it's the romantic streets of Paris or the stunning beaches of Barcelona, Condor will start your vacation by offering comfortable and spacious cabins. Fly the striped way. Visit Condor.com today.
Oh, this Bosch miter saw really is smooth.
Feeling smooth.
Who said that?
It's your inner Bosch, baby. I'm that scoobity-bebop smooth feeling you get when you make smooth cuts with that moobity-mibbity-mibbity-mubbity miter saw.
So I'll just keep ski-bop sawing then?
Now you're getting it. Beep-bop-beep-bop, miter saw is my favorite.
The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a
Bosch.
The Toyota Tundra and Tacoma are designed to outlast and outlive, backed by Toyota's legendary reputation for reliability. So get in a Tundra with the available iForce Max hybrid engine, delivering exceptional torque and towing capacity. Or check out a Tacoma. With available off-road features like crawl control, it can take you beyond the trails. Toyota trucks are built to last. So don't wait. Get yours today. Visit buyatoyota.com for deals and more. Toyota, let's go places.
So away we go. Welcome to the 20th anniversary season, episode number 4,311. What a large and uncharged program we have for you today. Guaranteed future repeat. The exciting return of your guest is as good as mine. Coming up at 4:30, our categories. We have the 10 states with the highest auto theft risk.
All right.
According to new data. Now, have any of you ever had your car broken into or any shenanigans? As far as someone trying to steal your car, taking crap out of the inside?
Yeah, my wife lost a pair of very expensive sunglasses in the parking garage at Target.
Recently?
In the last year. I don't remember when, but yeah, pretty recently.
Bust the window open to get in, I guess?
No, she forgot to lock the door.
Oh, all right. Well, that was
She
all
even
right.
told me.
That was
And
more
that's
of a
all
gift.
she was pissed about. And we had someone again, not even break into the car. We left it unlocked, but it was in our driveway. And they just rooted through to find change. They didn't find any because we don't keep any in there. But I believe they may have helped themselves to a pack of gum.
Okay, all right. It's one of those weird things because I always, if you stop at a light, there's a couple people that I see on a regular basis, and they're asking for a buck or some change, and I realize I don't have any singles anymore. If I have money in my wallet, typically I've gone to an ATM. It's $20 bill. I'll take it like 40. So I've got $40 in my wallet.
And I get a 20.
I have no change in my car. Like I just don't have it. It's not there anymore. I used to have change in my car. But since COVID, I don't have any money.
Nah.
You can break into my car. Either way, you could definitely steal my car. So we have the states that have the highest risk of getting your car stolen. And it is a who's who of the West Coast.
I can believe that. That makes sense.
For the most part, there are a couple of states that don't fit that criteria. But they looked at multiple factors, including easily accessible vehicles, high population density, organized crime rings, cars in the area that sell the most, that are easily stolen, so to speak.
Yeah.
So that's all part of that. Then we have the states with the best or worst dental health. We are bringing it back. So as far as these categories, 3
states come to mind. I don't know if it's correct.
Look, take the easy road here, go worst.
Yeah.
And I think that you'll find that you got a better chance of getting 10 out of 10 than if you go good teeth as far as the United States goes. And the metrics, visits to the dentist, number of dentists and dental clinics.
How good their college football team is.
Treatment cost. I believe our insurance is a 2 dental trip a year insurance.
I believe so. But I got my kids on there. They kind of mess up my numbers. So every time I go, well, like sometimes I go and it's on the house. I go. They always tell you the total, right? So they'll just give me the total. Then they say, have a good day. I'm like, cool. Then other times, because I'm never sure like when my kids have been or not been, and I go in and they give me the price. Then ask how I plan on paying. And I'm like, damn it, man, because I know the kids. We've never had to pay for the kids, which is good.
But
I had to pay for me.
Got a cleaning coming up in a couple weeks. I always get a different dental hygienist. It's always amazing to me the take that you will get from just different people cleaning your teeth. Mm-hmm. Some are like, do you use a wax floss? I don't know, man. Whatever you guys give me is what I use.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's in that little white little disc thing. Is that wax? I don't know. Or someone will say, you need to brush your gums more. Then I'll go to somebody the next time around.
Brush your gums.
Brush my gums more.
Yeah, massage the gums.
And then they say, your gums look great. Mm-hmm. You have wonderful. The next time I go in there, it's like, I'm the worst person on this planet. It just really depends on who's cleaning your teeth.
I never get a bad dental hygienist. It's always the dentist that lays
I'm the one wrong.
The dental hygienist is like, good to see you. How you been? How are the kids? They know damn well I don't know if it's wax or not, so they don't bother to ask a question. They just ask, like, you brush your teeth, right? I'm like, every day, man. They're like, cool. They drop it. But then when the dentist comes in at the end, if you have the ability to feel guilty, they find a way to needle you on something.
Yes. That is
They
right.
really, because look, man, with the doctor, the doctor's different because you already know what you do bad, right? You go into the doctor, you can say, like, look, man, I smoke, I drink, I eat processed meat. Like, you know with the dentist, you honestly think you've done a good job, right? I'm flossing every day, I'm brushing twice, I brush after. No matter what you do, no matter how good a care you take of your mouth, your dentist is going to find something. I got told last time I have a high mineral count in my saliva.
What does that mean?
It just means I have a higher mineral count in my saliva. So all that told me was this is something completely out of my control.
Right.
But
So,
you still say it in a way.
does that eat the enamel off your teeth? Is there something that they're worried about? Like,
I don't know. She didn't say.
Chew on a Tums or something?
She did not say whether it was important. She just said, but the way she said it, she seemed disgusted. Like, you have a very high mineral count in your saliva. So I'm thinking, okay, well, that's not good, but she's not telling me what it does. So I didn't ask. I figured if it's important, you would explain why that matters. She just wanted me to know.
Yep, understood.
Yeah, mineral count is too high.
That's
Your guess,
really the way she seemed.
It's as good as mine coming up 4:30. Also, hey, look, man, it is a sunny day today. We got a chance to go up to Black Raven for a few hours yesterday and spend some time with some listeners up there in Woodinville. Great afternoon. Ended up getting a 6-pack of the Men's Room 20th Anniversary Lager and the IPA, which are now in my fridge, which I'm going to enjoy when I get home.
Yes, you will.
I'll celebrate a little Cinco de Mayo tonight. I think I'm going to make some shrimp tacos. But if you are throwing some stuff on the grill tonight, pick up some beer. Pick up the Men's Room Roasted Red Salsa from San Juan Salsa Company. Great day to do that if you are having a barbecue and celebrating Cinco de Mayo. Today is the day we do a random question. Question 206-803-ROCK.
God damn it. Sorry.
Random.
Ask us.
Oh, we lost everybody?
No.
Fair enough. Call back if you're on hold there. Okay, let's give you guys one. This is kind of deep, but what was your favorite school lunch? I'm talking the whole boat, man. From first grade on. There's certain things that I remember that I absolutely...
Are we talking about, are we including like hot lunches or just stuff you brought in?
Both.
Oh, brought it?
Both.
I don't know if I ever brought my lunch into school.
I always loved the French bread pizza that they had there at school.
We did not have that.
We did, man.
Dude, that was the
Yeah, we
funny
had
stuff.
like just that square.
Like sponge kind of thing?
Yeah.
Ted's right. It was just dry. It was
You weren't happy that day, though?
I was happy it was
Dude,
pizza day.
That
but it was-
rippled through the hallways of school. Like, by the time you got to lunch, you knew.
So we didn't
that it was
have
pizza day.
hot lunch every day, right? It was a Catholic school.
Yeah.
But we did on Thursdays, and I would say the highlight was chicken nugget day.
Okay.
Oh, sure. What grade
I don't think we had that.
Or did it matter?
It does matter because sometimes they bring in real pizzas from like Three Brothers.
All right.
So like if you were up to like third grade, you could have like a piece or two.
Okay.
Like as you got older, you got more. So the nuggets were a big deal because like when you got to like middle school, and granted it's all K through 8. When you got to like 5th, 6th, or 7th grade, you could have like 12 nuggets.
Wow.
See, we didn't have
10 as opposed to like 6.
I remember the chili being good, and they give you some crackers.
I remember the
that
chili.
wasn't a bad day.
That's the end of my statement. I remember having it.
Dude, you know what I used to eat?
God, they used to give us
We have
milk.
peanut butter and jelly, and then I used to eat a lot of bologna with mustard on white bread.
I mean, back in the day, that was you know what, man? In third grade, my mother would hook me up with the Skippy can of peanut butter or pudding.
All right.
Just a
Yeah.
little. And
Oh, yeah.
So it had the metal
Snack
top,
pack.
and she would say the same thing every time. This was every morning, right?
Don't
She'd
lick
say,
the lid.
Don't lick the lid. You're going to cut your tongue. I licked the living hell out of that.
I think the kind we got were either Del Monte or Hunt's. Those were great.
What, puddings?
Yeah, chocolate puddings.
Del Monte makes
Swear to
chocolate
God,
pudding.
they're in a little green tin.
For real.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Man, I've never heard of the Del Monte, or who was the other one you said? Hunt's.
Look, if they made ketchup in that day, they also made pudding.
What was that?
I'm telling you.
I don't remember a Heinz pudding, which I'm sure would have been superior.
Yeah. Well, the problem with the lunchbox was the fact that there's not enough room in the thermos for as much juice as a growing child
As you
needs.
would like, yeah.
So, like, you got like a cup and then maybe a half a cup or a fourth of a cup. So that sucked.
But wait, your mom put juice in it?
Or Kool-Aid or whatever, yeah.
My mother would put
Juicy
milk
juice.
in it.
Juicy
And I would
juice.
try to explain. You understand, like this lunchbox goes in a cubbyhole. This is not refrigerated. It's just sitting there, right? And depending on what time you got to lunch, I had a thermos of warm milk. And within like 2 weeks, it stunk. Like there's nothing you could do to get the stink out of it. But it's just more milk.
Here's a weird one, though, that used to, I don't know why, but I'm particular about certain things. So when Ted, you brought up the square rectangular pizza, all right?
Yeah.
It's basically a sheet pizza. If you look it up, technically it's probably known as a Sicilian pizza. It's probably anywhere between a half inch to 3/4 of an inch thick. Just a big square or rectangle piece of pizza.
Did you guys have Elios at home too?
At home, yes.
Right. Same thing was that it came in like 3 pieces that you break off like a frozen square.
Now, in my school, they made the pizza homemade.
All right.
Which, great, awesome, whatever. But the problem with me and pizza is that pizza to me is a lot like nachos and French fries. Okay, so some people like a soggier French fry.
Right.
Some people like a crispier one. You eat them based on how you like your fries. When you look at a plate of nachos, you know exactly where you're going in.
Oh, yeah, the first couple, for sure.
And everybody knows. Whatever that is, whatever the preference is, like, ooh, there's some sour cream. Or,
right.
Ooh, there's a big piece of cheese. You go in and get what you want. Pizza's the same way. No one can give you a piece of pizza. Because, like, if you said, all right, Miles, go give me a slice of pepperoni and bring me back this. I'm going to look for the one with, like, the smallest piece of pepperoni.
Yeah,
the
of course.
least amount of, the big bubble on top. I'm going to give you that. You know why? Because I want the really good piece of pizza.
Of course.
So that's mine. You know what I'm saying? So when someone else gives you a piece of pizza, you're like, I would have probably picked a different piece. I got to be honest with you.
Even the lunch lady?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, it's all dry. Got a corner piece. There's not enough sauce on it. Barely any cheese.
I was still excited for those
this
days.
This sucks.
That day, and any day of the day at tater tots. And the important thing, strategically, we learned this in junior high, was not a problem in elementary school. But if it was tater tot day, you wait in this line, everyone's getting their food. You realize there are 5 or 6 guys that are stalking right off the line on either side. It takes one day of lunch in middle school to recognize that those guys, they basically are the tot bandits. So kids would turn around with a plate full of tater tots, and these kids, they would just snatch all the tots or lick them or sneeze on them and slap the tray out of the kid's hand. And you realize this only happens on tater tot day. So after our first tater tot day in middle school, we all agreed, dude, lick your tots. But you need
someone's going to steal them.
If you do not lick your tots, and these kids do not see you lick your tots, they're going to take them. And all of them are big enough that you're not going to do anything about it.
But there was also parents that really loved their children when I was going to school, and they would have like big ham and cheese sandwiches, delicious soft white bread, a little thing of Pringles or potato chips. They'd have a Hostess product in there with them. They'd have some, Kool-Aid or whatever, or little juice boxes.
Yeah, they were the rich kids.
Yeah. And they would bring it in.
Without a doubt.
Spread it out, and they had 4 or 5 Chips Ahoy and whatever it was, everything you wanted while you just looked
You had Del Monte pudding.
at your sad-ass vegetable soup and a dry-ass grilled cheese sandwich. But some days were better than others. Reason I asked, what was your favorite school lunch? Health officials in India are investigating an incident after more than 100 kids got sick after eating lunches. Contaminated by a dead snake, Ted.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Jesus.
According to the department's National Human Rights Commission, 24 students required hospitalization. Local outlet states the school cook served the midday meal after removing snake remains from the food.
Would you have had them leave the snake there?
After which some of the children experienced dizziness and vomiting. Now, they say 500 kids in total were served the meal. News of the incident sparked outrage among locals, like you just picked the snake out and that's it. Villagers actually had a blockade at a highway in protest. They have set a 2-week deadline for police to report on the incident, provide an update on
2 weeks
affected children's health. The commission said the situation raises a serious issue of violation of the human rights of the students. Well, they started the world's largest free school meal program, and that intended to boost child nutrition and school attendance in 2001. They note the initiative, called the Midday Meal Scheme, covers more than 113 million kids between the ages of 6 and 10.
If they don't mind a little dead snake.
That's a good thing, but you shouldn't have a dead snake in there. In 2013, a case involved pesticide tainted in school meals resulted in another 23 student deaths.
Jesus.
And led to subsequent government improvements in food safety standards.
Now, look, pesticides, I understand that. Because if you're in the kitchen cooking, I don't know if you use pesticide. I'm just making a meal. If I'm in the kitchen cooking and I pull a dead snake out of the food, I'm very aware of what I'm serving at this point.
Yeah, it just says,
No,
hey,
they
we
do
need to
that.
throw out this batch of food.
That's all you got to do, man. Just throw it out. They didn't even do that. Good God. Hello, Matt. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bicholas.
Hola. Matt, welcome to the program. Random question. Okay. Matt, let's go with this one for you. If you could play any instruments, what instruments do you wish you could play?
Guitar, I think, probably.
Guitar, the standard guitar.
Yeah.
You take that over piano.
Those are the two that it's always a toss.
That's why I hesitated, because I know, like, piano, if you can play the piano, you can probably play guitar, or vice versa, but...
I mean, not great, but you're right. You're right. Look, here's my thought on piano. And I play bass. I can kind of play guitar, but the reason I pick piano is just this. One, this is all about getting laid, right? It's all about getting laid, and you have a better chance of finding an unattended piano somewhere, and you lay down your chops and amaze everybody, than you do just having a guitar sitting around. Like, guitarists bring their guitar and kind of ruin the campfire, where you might go somewhere, hey, man, there's a piano. Well, brother that knows how to play piano.
See, I'm the opposite. Okay. I can't decide which one I'd rather do, but I would take guitar because I could just have it in my trunk. Whereas, like, how often do you run into an unattended or unattended piano?
You're not wrong, but hear me out on this. You're absolutely not wrong. But say twice a year. I don't know. You go somewhere on vacation, there it is in a hotel.
Yeah.
Maybe, right? That's kind of your situation. I understand that. But if you bring your guitar, you're just freaking annoying.
Also, you never walk.
Just freaking annoying, man, because it's like, God damn it, you brought this thing up. Ted's running out to his car to get his guitar. See, I don't like that. As where if we walk in and, hey, Ted, there's a piano over there. And you just sat down and brought the house.
So I'm saying, like, in a restaurant, there's never like a drum kit. You don't walk into a hotel and they got a drum kit set up just in case.
That's all I'm saying. It's just the opportunity.
And a lot of people can play guitar. I have a couple friends that have played, that can play piano, and it is amazing to watch all the women in the room. Yeah,
they want to hear you play. If you play guitar, they go, cool. If you play piano, suddenly people want to hear you.
See, I also believe if you play piano, you don't need to really be able to sing that well.
No, you don't. You absolutely don't.
So you could just play piano and never open your mouth, and that's perfectly fine.
Because everyone will sing the songs you know.
I feel like the guy who brings the guitar, he's also going to try to sing a little. And I'm not sure that I need that.
Well, it doesn't mean he can't sing. That's the problem. He can just play guitar. He might. What about saxophone?
No.
No?
No. Too much of a headache.
From saxophone?
Just trying to play that reed is difficult.
Okay, but but you play it now, man.
It's kind of like an oboe. I mean, it's just one of those things.
Thank you for that great comparison.
Well,
when you play the oboe.
It's a different reed, but I mean, those are like headache instruments. They're known for that.
The oboe?
Clarinet is. Anything with a reed.
Huh.
It's just one of those things where the way you have to pucker your face, blow into it.
I hope they don't do it like that.
What about a bagpipe?
But again, I think it's cool if you can play it, but I feel like you have to have your own. And you're breaking it out once a year.
Plus, your friends
you're doing it on the one day a year that anyone that can play bagpipes playing bagpipes, right? So your thunder is stolen. Man.
Are creepy, non-underwear wearing kilt people too. So, like when you get the band together,
where else do you practice?
Half the people are just.
That's what I mean. They only play it one day a year, unless there's some special event, right? But you're not playing it. You probably don't just have it on you in the car like the guitar, and you're not going to walk into the hotel and go, "Hey, Ted, there's an unattended bagpipe."
I think the piano's the right answer.
Yeah.
Really my father claimed for years he could play the accordion, right? But there was never an accordion around. So one year we're all up at Cape Cod, and his brother, my Uncle Phil, comes back, and he's like, all right, Eddie, put up or shut up. And he's like, what? And he had been driving around Cape Cod, stopped at a yard sale, bought an accordion.
How much?
I want to say it was still probably like $60 or something.
Sure, yeah.
But he was just so tired of hearing it. He's like, play it.
And did your dad play it?
No, he couldn't play it. He'd been lying for 20 years saying he could play that. About the accordion.
I mean, he didn't even pick a cool instrument.
Dad, I'm glad you brought that up, because the reason we asked what instrument can you play or wish you could play, the Acme Accordion School is seeing an uptick in the instrument's popularity.
I'd like to play it.
At the Community College of Philadelphia, they teach students the ins and outs of piano tuning and playing an accordion. And after more than 50 years, the choir and group continue to build community through music. They teach students to solve problems through STEM, and basically they're saying that as far as accordion school students, pupils, there's been an uptick.
I would have to think Weird Al Yankovic has more to do with that than anyone else. Yeah. Name another accordion player.
More of the random question coming up, 206-803.
Hate doing cardio? Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth for a healthier heart, for a healthier you. Smile Generation. Trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection, because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you, committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today. And live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, You call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With non-stop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, there are great connection options to several European cities. Whether it's the romantic streets of Paris or the stunning beaches of Barcelona, Condor will start your vacation and make it even more memorable by offering comfortable and spacious cabins where you can sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
Man, that was easy.
Bulldog Rotary Hammer!
Hello?
It is I, He-Man, your inner Bosch.
Inner...
Bosch!
I'm sorry, what?
That powerful feeling you get when you can powerfully blast through concrete. Say it with me.
What, like right now?
Yes! We have the power!
The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a... The Toyota Tundra and Tacoma are designed to outlast and outlive, combining raw power with precision engineering, all backed by Toyota's legendary reputation for reliability. Climb inside a Tundra and experience the uncompromising strength. With its available iForce Max engine, the Tundra delivers exceptional power, torque, and towing capacity. Plus, the spacious and high-tech cabin keeps you connected on the run. Or check out a Tacoma. Agile, dependable, and unstoppable. The Tacoma's designed for those who go beyond the trails. Stay ahead of the pack with available off-road features like crawl control. Or break out your tunes with the available portable JBL speaker. Toyota trucks are built to last, year after year, mile after mile. So outlast every adventure and outlive the moment. Buy a Tundra or Tacoma today. Visit buyatoyota.com, the official website for deals. Or stop by your local Toyota dealer to find out more. Toyota, let's go places.
Rock. Try to question 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Gary. Welcome to the bedroom.
Hola. Gary, welcome to the program.
Listener.
What's that, Gary?
I say I'm a long-time listener and somewhat multiple caller, but...
Well, we appreciate that.
Certainly do.
Very much so.
You know, people tell me they thank me for my service. I think I'll thank you for your service.
Oh, well, thank you, man.
Yeah, man. We appreciate you like the show. Hell yeah. Okay. Hey, Gary, do you live by yourself?
No, I'm married, and my whole family lives with me.
All right. Wait, how old are your kids?
In their 40s.
Okay.
And they're living with you?
Well, COVID kind of screwed the world, you know?
Okay. All right. Yeah. All right, well, let's go with this one. Since you do have a home full of family members, what would you say, whether it's a big deal or not so big deal, what is the main source of conflict in your home? As far as just like, would you just stop doing that? Right. Or what annoys you, you know?
I have an autistic. My the boy only eats specific things, so it's not healthy. So that's probably the key. I told my kid, I said, I'm going to stop buying all this crap food because it costs so much. So,
well, what are the only things the kid will eat? Like, what is on this kid's menu?
All right, pepperoni pizza, cheese pizza, Hot Pockets.
So far, so good.
About done.
That's it.
Yeah. Well, maybe some ramen noodles with weirded out Korean stuff he watches on the internet.
All right.
Weird.
What? How old is your grandson?
He's 16.
16 years
16.
old. Okay,
Wow.
so he has the things he likes, and that's what he's going to eat.
I mean, to be fair,
he's got Asperger's and all kinds of mental stuff going on.
Okay, sure, but I will say this.
Yeah.
When I was 16, if I could have convinced my parents to just buy me pepperoni or cheese pizza and Hot Pockets, that is the role I would have played. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying Asperger's doesn't have something to do with it, but you're saying at 16 years old, if I could have convinced my parents that that's the only thing I'll eat, I'll be a lot less trouble if you just get me these foods. I'd have played that into a 16-year-old boy,
right.
like, yeah. That is what they like
well,
to eat.
Food matters. I mean, like, look, I'm not saying I'm divorced because of food.
But he got divorced because of food.
No, I did not. I did not. Obviously, there's more to that. But as far as
the
food
fact
goes,
that you inserted it in a sentence
no,
says that
as far
this is not lost on you.
As far as conflict goes, right? You have a long day, and it's really cool that your wife's cooking for you, and she's roasting like squash, and
it's not cooking for you. It's cooking for her. She made enough for you to suffer.
I know that, but it's just
there's a difference. You did this for me to suffer, and you know I don't want to eat this, but I can't say anything.
I'm
you put the
so
effort
not
in.
looking forward to coming home and eating there. And then on the flip side,
did you ever say anything? Did you ever say, "Hey, look, it's not that it's bad. It's just not my favorite."
So she would take a squash, right? And then she would hollow out the. She'd cut it in half.
I'm already annoyed.
Hollow out the fat part, right? The big ball.
Yeah.
So she'd make a bowl.
Okay.
And then she would roast the squash with salt and pepper. Sounds fine, whatever. It's just roasted squash. And then she would take like turkey meat or fake ground beef chili and scoop that in there, and then put some fake cheese on it and stick it back in the oven and melt the fake cheese on top of the fake meat on top of the squash thing. And
is that the main course?
That is what dinner is right
It doesn't sound horrible.
It's just not. It's not actually. It's fine. Is it? It's fine.
When you put effort into fine, like when something's fine,
Look,
you go,
man.
dude, it's fine.
Okay.
But when something's fine, it's not.
Here's what it is. It's like if you were to go to the restaurant and order the last thing you want on that menu.
That's what that is. Right?
That meal is. So all the other, there's 25 things on that. The one thing you're like, oh hell no. That's basically what you're ordering.
That is probably the most relatable thing that you said about something being fine. You still kind of want it, but it is at the very bottom of your
It's
list
the
of what you want.
The last thing I'd order off your menu.
You have checked off everything they said they don't got it. Hey, we got the pea soup. Like, all right, I'll have the pea soup.
At a sushi place.
Look, I'm fired up about dinner right now. I don't even know what I'm going to make when I get home.
Right.
I have no idea, but I'm hungry. I'm ready to rock. I don't want some kind of gourd, crap on top.
With fake stuff in it.
Yeah, just not my thing.
That doesn't sound like dinner.
But
I mean, it just sounds like something you bring to
But then
a
I would want
harvest
to.
party.
I would want to go pick up food, and
right?
Then you could never get on the same page as far as what would be acceptable for me to pick up. So I'd be like, just want to get Thai food tonight. I hate Thai. Okay, well, I mean, I can go get Chinese if you wanted to. No, I don't want that. All right, well, what do you want? Oh, I have anything. Well, okay. I can go get Mexican food. No, I don't want Mexican food. How about a pizza? Had that for lunch.
Right.
Like, you are not helping me. Just say, go get hamburgers.
Right.
Just make this quick. Just whatever. Like, don't make this a guessing game from Indian food. No, not really a fan of Indian food. Like,
To me, I've made it simple. Look, if we're at that point, like, what do you want to eat? And if you're not sure, then I'm going to go ahead and make what I would like to eat. I will make extra for you if you'd like some. And if not, then I'm going to make this for me. Like, we're having two separate days.
Right.
Same thing. And the problem to me is now when you go out. Like, it's easy to order in because I can say, I would like Chinese. You can say, well, I'd rather have Indian, which will never happen. But say that did happen. We can order from two different places. I'm cool with that. But the restaurant, it's like in the end, by the time you're done with the argument, like, babe, you know what would make the most sense for us right now? Go to the food court at the mall. Right?
Something.
Just get what you want. We'll meet back at the table and have dinner.
All right. So here's my other thing that I was horrible at, and this was the worst one, man. Because I mean, you want to talk about infuriating someone? I was champion at this. So I would once a week do my laundry. Try to keep a window. You go to the washing machine. There's clothes in there. All right. Not the worst deal in the world. There's also clothes in the dryer. So what do? I fold those to the best of my ability.
You didn't do it right.
And then,
however you did it.
And then I take the washed clothes that are in the washing machine and put those in the dryer. Now, here's something that every man on this planet needs to understand. When a woman washes her clothes, not all of those clothes go from the washing machine into the dryer.
That is correct.
Now, when a man does laundry, all right, the entire frickin' load. Man doesn't go, oh, yeah, that can't be air dry. Yeah. No, we don't have that crap. We don't have anything remotely like that. So when I'm scooping your stuff out and I'm sticking it in the dryer, I did not know that couldn't go in there. I didn't know that only could be hung on a rack or whatever. I did not know that sweater would turn out, it looks like it should be on a baby doll.
Right
now when I'm done with it.
My bad.
So that would just by trying to do my laundry, I would absolutely ruin a $200 this or a bra that wasn't supposed to go in there, or I wouldn't put a hook from the bra would grab a piece of
like
the
a
sweater,
sock or something, yeah, and
pull
rip it
make a
all
big
up.
pull thing on it, or because I'm supposed to put that in a net or whatever the hell.
Yeah, again, we own no clothes like this.
So to me, it's just, well, then will you please move this stuff into the dryer so that I can wash my clothes? Because I asked you to like 2 days ago, and it's starting to stink, So then you got to wash that all over again. But God, that used to drive me nuts.
Yeah, I've gotten pretty good with my wife's crap. For the most part, she wants me to stay away from the laundry. And I'm smart enough to go, cool, right? I don't make it. But when we got back from vacation last week, whatever the hell it was, we had washed a bunch of clothes at the condo before we flew home, which is nice. Opened a suitcase.
Always nice.
I'm refolding my T-shirts, and she's just looking at me. Right? I'm standing in the living room. We're watching TV. I'm watching TV, and I realize she is now staring at me. And I look at her, and she's not staring at me. She's staring at my hands that are holding a T-shirt. And I just said, what? She's like, I hate the way you fold T-shirts. And look, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I was like, what?
How do you fold T-shirts?
I'm going to grab it, snap it in half, folded it over again. Like it's a nice little...
Grab it. You just snap it in half.
Snap it.
Yeah, that's what I do.
That's it. That's what I did.
That's what I do.
That is not the way to do it. I do not know.
No, you're supposed to.
I don't know. I don't know. She did not correct me. She just said, I almost have a hard time watching you do this.
Why.
And I know she means it. But to my knowledge, when I folded it again, I'm like, I am not doing anything
you gotta
wrong.
tuck in the arms.
I guess maybe I still fold the arms over, like because I'll snap it around, I crack it in half again. Arms are not hanging side by side. I just flip them over.
That's one thing.
That's not how I fold them.
What do you do? What do you do?
Well, first of all, honestly, a lot of my T-shirts I just hang dry.
I used to until I ran out of room in the closet.
But I don't know where I learned it. Right? You take it, you put the shoulders behind it, and then you kind of flare it out, and then it folds into like 3, and it comes out in a perfect square.
Yes, so you're doing it like department store style.
Correct.
Okay.
See, my first wife did retail. So she worked for American Eagle Outfitters. She was a manager there for like 8 years, right? When I got my laundry, it looked real good.
Oh, sure.
Like when she folded it, she would do the same thing. Anything that I folded of her, she would unfold it and fold it the right way.
I don't even fold my wife's stuff. I won't do it.
There was no point in me even trying to contribute in that. I'll contribute somewhere else. She's got this. Like I cannot compete with store folding person who makes the perfect stacks.
But again, I'm like, you realize these go into a drawer. It's not like they're on. I get why you do it for display. Right. It's on display. This is in a closed drawer. I don't even know what they look like until I open. But she did not say how she folds them. Perhaps it is that way. But however I do it.
I was impressed.
For her eyes, disgusting to watch. I've also found out, even hanging my laundry. I'm just trying to be nice. There's like a big pile of laundry already on the hangers. I will put my hoodies in the wrong order. Any of my long shirts. So I'm like, again, first of all, I'm like, it's my clothes. Why does it bother you? She said, it just bothers me because it just bothers me.
Well,
it's my OCD. I have put my clothes away, thinking I did the right thing. I take a shower. I walk back to the closet because now I'm going to put on actual clothes. It has been rearranged. It is like color coordinated. I mean, I'm not sure entirely what the system is. But obviously, I blow it even when I hang up my own clothes. Mm-hmm. So when she says she does not want me to have anything to do with laundry, she's not joking. And I'm like, that is the most beautiful thing you've ever said in your life. I got no problem with that.
Reason we asked, what is the main source of conflict in your home? We head to Florida, where an 87-year-old man, he was arrested for domestic battery after tangling with his wife when she wanted to turn the air conditioning down in the couple's place.
Oh, she did for a change.
Mm-hmm. He said it was long a source of marital strife. Control of the thermostat triggered at 7 a.m. in the confrontation Monday between Charles Ingram, an 85-year-old, they don't name his wife. Investigators say Ingram returned to the couple's St. Petersburg home and argued with the victim, his wife, about the air conditioner. Woman touched the thermostat to turn the air down, prompting Ingram to allegedly push the victim away from the thermostat against the wall. When questioned by police, Ingram reportedly admitted to pushing her first and then stated that the victim pushed him back. He was arrested for domestic violence with a charge enhanced to a felony due to a prior battery conviction that dated back more than 4 decades.
What?
Yeah, his rap sheet includes a 1985 felony welfare fraud conviction. Anyway.
1985.
85. Scheduled to appear in court, a judge is likely going to order him to have no contact with his wife and bar him from returning to the couple's residence. They bought that home in 1971, so keep in mind it's 54 years they've lived together. Now he just got kicked out for pushing his wife for turning down the thermostat. And one more story.
I would love to date a woman that actually wants it colder.
Me too, especially at night.
Yeah, it's like a constant struggle.
I'm down with that. I mean, I like it cold.
And just take the goddamn duvet and the comforter on your side. I don't need it.
Right. Yeah, I don't need to be cocooned in that thing. Story says we tried accommodating our daughter in her vegan lifestyle, but family gatherings just are not the same. I believe this is like a Dear Abby thing. When my daughter married 25 years ago, she and her husband decided to go vegan. Now, my husband and I, we respected and fully supported them. After all, we had raised her on meals cooked from scratch out of natural ingredients and saw veganism as a move in an even purer direction. So they said it was hard to dish turkey Thanksgiving, roast beef at Christmas, but we handled it. Instead, we experimented making unique ethnic dishes, emphasizing real vegetables and unusual grains, even if it did take 3 times more effort and time and taxed stomachs, not used to all the beans. Now, what was more disappointing was not being able to use butter or eggs to make traditional cakes and cookies that had been paused with pride through my mother's side of the family. I tried hard to make new plant-based desserts with substitute ingredients, but no matter what anyone claims, that they don't taste the same. Without these memorable recipes, our family gatherings always feel lacking. The last straw came after we had a barbecue with our daughter's family and grilled some of the new fancy vegan burgers. Afterward, I became violently ill and only then discovered it contained a new synthetic ingredient that irritates digestive systems of people who have inflammatory conditions like mine. Now that I'm 75, I'm done. I just don't have the body time or energy to fight the veganism battle anymore.
No offense, honey. You're ruining family dinner.
You are, because this is an adult. When I first saw this, I assumed the kid's like 16, right? Where they don't really have skin in the games. You got to kind of deal with it. But like, this is a grown woman. Mm-hmm. If you are vegan, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're going to go to a family barbecue, for Christ's sake, well, bring your own food. That
correct.
You put the whole family has to go through that.
Well, and I'll scream this from the rooftops any chance that I can get. If you are trying to accommodate veganism to where we're all going to have the same thing and it's a vegan dish, cool. Do not try to substitute meats. Just make something that is vegan. It just happens to be that way. There's a lot of like Mexican dishes and whatnot that's like just beans and rice that's totally vegan too. Like you don't need to try to substitute stuff. That also doesn't work.
No, you're right, because you get my hopes up if you say these are synthetic ribs. Then in my mind, I'm thinking these are going to be ribs.
Tastes just like ribs. No, it
just
doesn't.
Aren't quite as good. Instead, I'm like, this is crap.
Well, a lot of ladies like to also, as far as diets go, so if their friends on a diet, they're going to try it. If they've lost weight, they're going to try their diet. And no matter what that is, that means, guess what? Now I am on that diet somehow because she talked to Shauna for the next 2 weeks. Now I am eating what Shauna eats, which I'm not sure what that is. It's terrible. The food sucks. But because you went on the diet because your friend did, now I am basically coming home to that diet, which basically I'm going to be starving at 10 o'clock at night. I'm going to be freaking starving.
I don't do that move. That's what, like, hey, you can eat whatever you want. I'm not eating it if I don't want to eat it. Like you can try to diet or this.
See that? I think
I'm not
that's ingrained in your mentality with the anti-vegetable thing. Like I don't have that mechanism. I don't think.
You're right. I've been well trained for this.
Exactly.
I'm not going to eat that.
Right. Exactly.
I've got a lifetime of experience of doing this.
No,
that's it.
I don't have that courage.
I think you can do
the
both.
wife.
Right, you can either go home and be like, all right, I'll try it, or just be like, all right, I'm having a steak with it.
I'll try it. Sure, I'll try it, but I ain't gonna eat it.
More of the random question coming up, 206-803-ROCK.
Hate doing cardio? Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth for a healthier heart, for a healthier you. Smile Generation. Trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you, committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today and live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. What if comparing car insurance rates was as easy as putting on your favorite podcast? With Progressive, it is. Just visit the Progressive website to quote with all the coverages you want. You'll see Progressive's direct rate, then their tool will provide options from other companies so you can compare. All you need to do is choose the rate and coverage you like. Quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With nonstop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, there are great connection options to several cities. Whether it's the romantic streets of Paris or the stunning beaches of Barcelona, Condor will start your vacation by offering comfortable and spacious cabins. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
Bosch's innovative power tools make you feel like a Bosch. Like when you pile drive screws and bolts with the 2-in-1 impact driver, you'll feel like
Macho Man Randy Savage. Oh, yeah!
Or when you powerfully blast through concrete with the Bulldog rotary hammer, you'll feel
like I have the power!
And when you make buttery smooth cuts with the Glide Miter saw, you'll feel
Scoobity-bee-bop smooth, baby.
What he said. With expertly engineered power tools, the more you Bosch, the more you feel like a
Bosch.
The Toyota Tundra and Tacoma are designed to outlast and outlive, backed by Toyota's legendary reputation for reliability. So get in a Tundra with the available iForce Max hybrid engine, delivering exceptional torque and towing capacity. Or check out a Tacoma. With available off-road features like crawl control, it can take you beyond the trails. Toyota trucks are built to last. So don't wait. Get yours today. Visit buyatoyota.com for deals and more. Toyota, let's go places.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. What if comparing car insurance rates was as easy as putting on your favorite podcast? With Progressive, it is. Just visit the Progressive website to quote with all the coverages you want. You'll see Progressive's direct rate, then their tool will provide options from other companies so you can compare. All you need to do is choose the rate and coverage you like. Quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Fly Condor Airlines non-stop to Frankfurt and connect effortlessly to most European destinations. Relax and start your vacation in comfort. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today and book your next adventure.
Hate doing cardio? Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth for a healthier heart for a healthier you. Smile Generation trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today and live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed.
This is the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
We had a question. We had to reset the phone lines there if you're on hold over the break. I think we got this crap straightened out. So give us a call back, 206-803-ROCK.
I can't tell. Yeah. All right, so you were just talking about, the vegan family and all the things that go wrong.
Well, just the fact is the woman that can't really make anything over the holidays, can't make any sweets, can't make the traditional family recipes.
Because her adult daughter won't bring her own food. She puts it on the family, so the whole family suffers, right? So it says, hi, my name is Alicia. Hi, Alicia. I'm listening and wanted to say something about family and food issues. I have celiac disease. I can't have food with gluten or dairy in it. So for about 16 years now, I've had to eat different than everyone else. Now, when it comes to family events, there is no special we'll all eat your way treatment. I'll either bring something I can eat, or if I know there's going to be stuff that I can eat, I'll see if there's anything I can add. I would not make anyone eat how I have to eat. Food has gotten better, but it's still not near as good as the real stuff. The fake cheese is disgusting. Tillamook medium cheddar I can eat. They somehow process the sugars different, so I can eat that. LOL. Love listening to you, etc., etc.
Alicia, I did read today on celiac disease that it's okay to French kiss your man. Or your girlfriend.
So what was I saw the headline? I didn't read the story.
Like if you have a peanut allergy,
yeah,
and I just eat a big handful of peanuts and we get into a lip lock, there's a chance that your throat will swell up and you're screwed. Apparently, with this, it's not, I guess,
as severe or
of a reaction. I don't know. People were scared about that. Like, look, if I have this and you're chomping on cheese, whatever the deal is, if I go in. To get one.
The peanut allergy thing.
Here's one thing: allow people to chew and swallow before you attempt to kiss them. But just know
depends what they're eating.
Yeah, just know for a fact that I guess doctors said it's not the most severe thing with celiac disease. Nothing else. Just that one.
So the good news: you're still going to eat crappy cheese, but make out with anyone you want. Good news.
Correct.
Random.
Hello, Jordan. Welcome to the men's room.
What's up, bitches?
Hola. Jordan, welcome to the program. And the random question. Let's see what we got for you. All right, let's go with this one. What was your last animal encounter, whether that be domestic or wild? What was the last one you remember?
Last animal encounter.
Yeah.
Can we count insects?
Sure.
Yeah, it's an animal.
Yeah, I was watching TV last night, minding my own business, getting ready to turn in, and lo and behold, I'm starting to see this black dot on the corner of my room start to dart around, and I'm like, oh no. And I get up to get a close look at it, and it starts scurrying away, and sure enough, it's a little house spider. And I was like sweating, trying to get my bearings if I'm going to kill this thing, because I don't like spiders. I don't think anybody else likes spiders. And
well, why'd you want to kill the spider if you like spiders? Like a spider in my house, you're doomed. I don't like you. I don't want you there.
No, I don't like spiders.
Oh, you said you don't like spiders. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had nothing to kill within like my immediate arm's reach. So what I decided to do is my daughter just finished potty training, so I still had like a little nook of a few diapers over there. So I grabbed one of them, waited till this guy got close enough to me, and then he dropped down about a foot trying to spin a web, and then that scared me, so I jumped back and kind of screamed a little bit. And he scurried back up, got in the corner, and then I got him with a diaper.
All right. So if you're like me, I mean, like a spider's the worst thing to find in the house.
No,
like I can deal with a bee, any of
no.
that. I'm just saying. And my daughter, I believe it was yesterday. She yells down the hall and asks me if I can come here. That's never a good sign. So I go down the hall. I'm like, what's up? So she was eating strawberries. There was a spider in her strawberries. Well, now that spider was on her bed. So I needed to remove the spider.
I think the worst thing you can kill in your house is a moth, especially if you have white walls. I've still got a mark on my wall. Looks like a bomb exploded on the side of it or something.
You don't take any satisfaction with that?
It went, poof, and I mean the powder coming off those wings, and it was darker. So, like, I could not wipe that crap off of my wall. I don't know.
I have one, if it was a fly, some type of flying animal. I don't know. Maybe a little gnat or whatever, but it was in my shower.
All right.
So I smacked him and killed him. Like, I was cleaning my shower Saturday. I was like, we'll leave him up there. We'll let the other gnats know what happens when you go to the shower.
Intentionally, you Vlad the Impaler, this fruit fly / gnat.
Okay.
I was looking at him this morning. You know what I haven't seen in a week?
You cleaned your shower, but left the dead insect up there as a message to the other insects.
I haven't seen another one in that shower in a week.
Okay, that's fair. I cannot argue with the circumstantial evidence.
I'm not saying it's foolproof. Just saying I think they know.
Reason we asked about your last animal interaction. This is a bizarre story, I think, just based on the fact, if you know anything about Florida and geographically where this is located and the population, it's weird to think that one person has been found dead in a bear attack in Naples, Florida. Officers were on the scene and investigated it as an active crime scene. The Public Information Officer of the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission,
Is that a crime for a bear to attack a person?
This happened
Did
this
it break
morning.
the law is what I'm asking.
Deputies arrived about an hour later, found one deceased person, according to the sheriff, and they were looking for the bear. They could not find the bear either. According to data from the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission, if confirmed, the May 5th attack would be the second bear mauling in Florida this year.
Really?
To death. While state data references black bear attacks, authorities have not confirmed the type of bear that was involved. Now, according to data, since November 2020, there have been at least 15 bear attacks in Florida, all involving the presence of dogs. They're not sure that this person was. They could have been walking their dog, or that dog took the hell off. They don't know. The last attack, a dog was not present. But despite the recent bear attacks in Southwest Florida, bear attacks are relatively rare, and the chance of being
you've had
attacked
2 this year
by a bear is 1 in 2.1 million.
Ooh, congratulations.
According to the World Animal Foundation. And one more crazy story here involving animals. A man was left fighting for his life after a vicious attack by a rabid bobcat in southeast Georgia. Hunter Hudson said he was out camping last week when the bobcat struck without warning. It was me or him, and I got 2 little boys, 12 and 5. And Daddy's coming home, kids. Hudson said he was enjoying a quiet campfire when a sound in the dark got him awake at night. Heard a noise, I've never heard that noise before. So he said the bobcat then attacked basically without warning. A video shot by his friend captured the chaos of the moments after.
Wait, what?
He walked out of his camper and got attacked by the Bobcat. As soon as he
But
opened
his
the door,
friend videotaped this.
the chaos after the fact. Yeah.
After, okay.
I wasn't looking for the Bobcat. The Bobcat found me and came out and jumped on my shoulder. Hudson said the gun was out of reach and he had to rely on pure instinct to survive. So what did this guy do? What did this guy do to see if he could mess with the Bobcat?
Got to be choking.
In a way, but not in the throat.
Grab his
junk?
genitalia.
Nope, he jammed his thumbs up the guy's nostrils.
Oh.
Take that.
Yes. I put my thumbs right in there and made it so he couldn't breathe, Hudson said. Badly hurt, Hudson said he knew he had to act fast. So I had blood running off the end of my fingertips, had to call the ambulance, get them to help me clot it. And up there on my back, I just couldn't stop bleeding. However, the danger was not over, as the Bobcat tested positive for rabies.
Oh, yay.
So how many shots did you get with 1.5-inch needles in one session?
6.
40. He says
Whoa.
he almost passed out twice. As he recovered and underwent treatment for rabies, he said he is just grateful to be alive. I've seen a lot, you know what I mean? But for me, this is one of the craziest. I don't know, man. You can't make this stuff up. But a Florida man is freaked out based on the attack. And, you know,
And his friend videotaped the aftermath.
it appears that way.
Thank you, buddy. Thanks for your contribution.
Random question, 206-803-ROCK.
Random.
Hello, Aiden. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola. Aiden, welcome to the program. Random question. What's news, man? Anything good?
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. What if comparing car insurance rates was as easy as putting on your favorite podcast? With Progressive, it is. Just visit the Progressive website to quote with all the coverages you want. You'll see Progressive's direct rate, then their tool will provide options from other companies so you can compare. All you need to do is choose the rate and coverage you like. Quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Fly Condor Airlines nonstop to Frankfurt and connect effortlessly to most European destinations. Relax and start your vacation in comfort. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today and book your next adventure.
Hate doing cardio? Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth for a healthier heart, for a healthier you. Smile Generation. Trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you, committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today and live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed.
You don't just live in your home, you live in your neighborhood as well. So when you're shopping for a home, you want to know as much about the area around it as possible. Luckily, Homes.com has got you covered. Each listing features a comprehensive neighborhood guide from local experts. Everything you'd ever want to know about a neighborhood, including the number of homes for sale, transportation, local amenities, cultural attractions, unique qualities, and even things like median lot size and a noise score. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
The Toyota Tundra and Tacoma are designed to outlast and outlive, combining raw power with precision engineering, all backed by Toyota's legendary reputation for reliability. Climb inside a Tundra and experience the uncompromising strength. With its available iForce Max engine, the Tundra delivers exceptional power, torque, and towing capacity. Plus, the spacious and high-tech cabin keeps you connected on the run. Or check out a Tacoma. Agile, dependable, and unstoppable. The Tacoma's designed for those who go beyond the trails. Stay ahead of the pack with available off-road features like crawl control. Or break out your tunes with the available portable JBL speaker. Toyota trucks are built to last, year after year, mile after mile. So outlast every adventure and outlive the moment. Buy a Tundra or Tacoma today. Visit buyatoyota.com, the official website for deals. Or stop by your local Toyota dealer to find out more. Toyota, let's go places.
Just shiny Monday.
Okay.
All right, it's a nice shiny Monday.
No Cinco de Mayo plans.
Nope, I gotta take care of my kids while my wife works until about 7 tonight. So
okay, all right.
So by 8 o'clock, you need the Cinco de Mayo.
I mean, kids or family or not, I feel like a Cinco de Mayo on a Monday's tough. I feel like everybody did it this weekend.
Yeah, for the most part.
Okay, let's go with this one. Who or what did you lose and for how long? Who or what did you lose and for how long?
You lost one of your kids yet?
Yeah, for about a minute. That was pretty scary. Yeah, I would honestly say just my daughter.
And you said
Really,
it's 1
we
minute.
were-
It's the longest minute of your life, but yeah, where are you?
I was at the Eagles Club in my hometown of Granite Falls at a memorial, and we were walking out to the car. My daughter was literally right next to me. I opened the door to go outside to the parking lot, but let some people go in, and I'm about 6'2". My daughter's probably 2 feet tall. And she just slips right by me, and she walked out to a parking lot. I did not see her. I went back inside, and I lost her. But then luckily I went right there and went right back and found her. So.
Okay. All right. That'll scare the living hell out of you.
That'll get your adrenaline going.
Who did you say? Did you say somebody was looking for a kid the other day or something? Oh, it was at Black Raven.
Yeah, she had found her. I'm just seeing the aftermath of this. She has a kid by the hand, and they're walking very quickly toward the front door, and she's already yelling for someone named John to let John know that she found him. Apparently, the kid had just gone to the bathroom, but the kid was maybe 4. So, like any parent, she's like, because I said, I understand exactly what's happening right now. And she's like, it is the worst feeling in the world. And she goes, he was in the bathroom, but of course, that's not the first place you check. It's just your kid's disappeared. You go through the panic. But she was like, I just want to explain to him, please let us know you're going to go somewhere. I said, been there, man. I get it. Yep. Lose your kid, it's a bad feeling.
Reason we asked who or what did you lose and for how long? An inmate escaped custody at SeaTac International Airport on Sunday morning, prompting a search by authorities. I don't believe they've still found this guy yet.
Did you hear this, Ted?
I did.
Okay.
I think he's still on the run.
You've got to be kidding.
I know that they said he got off of a train
Capitol
in
Hill?
Capitol Hill, yeah. Port of Seattle police reported the incident occurred about 11 a.m. When a contracted agent was attempting to transport 28-year-old Cedric Stevenson to Bowling Green, Kentucky. He was booked for several warrants. Now, during the check-in process at the ticket counter, Stevenson managed to flee toward the light rail station. And despite efforts by the agents to capture him, he successfully boarded a northbound light rail train. Sound Transit security confirmed that he was seen departing the Capitol Hill station. Now, in one photo, provided by the Port of Seattle, Stevenson's hands were cuffed in front of him. In another photo, after his escape, his hands were tucked into his shirt.
Okay.
He is described as 5 feet 8 inches tall with dreadlocks and is wanted for second-degree escape.
And handcuffs.
Apparently, he ran away from a traffic stop in Nashville at some point in time, eventually taken into custody there. 7 years earlier, he was arrested accused of shooting at Tennessee police officers.
Jesus.
Following a robbery.
So this dude escapes from police, gets on the light rail, where you would think, all right, they're just going to nab him at the station. No.
He gets off on Capitol
off
Hill,
the light rail.
and he's still hanging out.
I mean, like, I don't know what kind of Houdini crap this guy's pulling, but you would think this would be an easier mark, right? He didn't disappear into the woods. He got on a light rail train. And this is not the New York City subway station. I mean, you can go north or south. They know he went north.
Then we have the story about a jail that entered lockdown after a convicted felon went missing for 12 hours. Clayton County Jail in Jonesboro, Georgia, went into a lockdown after officers could not find a missing inmate. He was convicted of murder, only for cops to discover they had left the inmate at the courthouse holding cell overnight. Oops. Now, for 12 hours, Julian Brooks Deloche was missing from the county jail, where he was on loan from a state prison due to a recent misdemeanor. Deloche, who was convicted of murder in 1984, was granted parole in 2010. Now, the sheriff told the TV station that the jail went on lockdown as officers searched for him. The next morning, they realized he had accidentally been left in the holding cell at the courthouse. There was a mix-up of who was going to take the inmate down. Ultimately, he was just left inside the holding cell. The courthouse is attached to the jail. The holding cell is located in a secure area, but they're not intended to hold people overnight. They do not have beds, only benches, sinks, and toilets. They're also unsupervised after court hours, in this case around 6. So they searched every cell, every area of the jail, searched for him. Ultimately, by the time that they reviewed cameras and backtracked, and that took us all back to the courtroom where he was at. Ultimately, of course, hours had passed. The sheriff estimated that Deloche was discovered about 7 a.m. the next morning, meaning he was basically in the holding cell for about 13 hours. As a result of the mix-up, Allen is suggesting the 2 correctional sergeants be demoted and 2 deputies assigned to the court division be suspended for a period of time. The officers had waived their rights to their hearings and accepted their punishment, I believe, so they got a few days off work, but that was okay.
I mean, sure. Like, what are you going to say? Like, dude, we did exactly what you think we did. We forgot his ass was in the holding cell.
That was the first thing that happened when my neighbors slowly adopted my dog growing up. The dog went missing for about a week, and we did not understand where the dog was. At that point in time, the dog had a pen out in the backyard. That was just the way my stepfather wanted to roll. You know, it was like a lot of people had chain link fences. Right. A lot of people kept their more aggressive dogs back there. Sunshine, not really an aggressive dog.
Her name was Sunshine.
But Sunshine was also a collie, and believe it or not, could kick any dog's ass in the neighborhood.
Right.
I saw her Dobermans, German Shepherds. There's something about a collie and how big their mouth is. They just get control in a fight, take over. So she could fight. But the dog goes missing for a week. Now, it's in the middle of winter. It's cold. But it's a collie. Collies they're very hairy. They got a pretty good coat on them. But my dog's not there anymore. I don't realize that the neighbors had taken the dog inside. Once they took that dog inside, that was the end of the Sunshine era for me.
Because, of course,
once
man.
that dog realized I can sleep on a bed, I can be inside. You know, I don't have to eat dry food every day.
Right.
All these, I don't have to be chained up out back or whatever the deal is. That dog was gone. But it took a week to figure out because we thought that someone just
Did they come to you, or did you just see the dog over there one day?
Well, again, it was the middle of winter. There was a lot of snow on the ground. They were probably a quarter mile away from our home.
Okay.
So it wasn't that you typically would walk by their home.
I got you.
They were in a different part of a neighborhood, but they were still behind us. There's a wooded area. And then they were farther behind in the woods, but you just went a different way to get to their house.
Sure.
I just never went by that way. So for me, I just didn't know what happened to the damn dog. Then, eventually, the dog was chained up again on a nicer day. So they brought the dog back.
Okay.
I don't know why they did that, but they did.
Because it wasn't their dog.
But then they would continue to bring the dog, and then we understood what was going on with the dog. So
And then eventually Sunshine just morphed into their dog.
pretty much they had a couple other dogs. They were just better with dogs.
I mean, did you guys ever say anything
my
to them?
stepfather
Did your
would not,
stepdad ever
my
say?
stepdad would never let the dog in the house. Trust me, that was one thing I wanted. I wanted my dog to be in the house.
If a kid wants a dog, yes.
The dog was house trained. There was nothing wrong with the dog other than he didn't want to get hair on his suits.
Oh, come on.
That was basically the bottom line.
I mean, I get putting the dog out back during most of the day, but like I don't think we ever left Tigger outside overnight.
Right. Yeah, generally you bring him in.
Yeah.
Generally.
Other than bears, there were really no predators or bobcats. That was it. So otherwise, those were the only two things that dog would have to fight if it needed to.
If it needed to. Were they prevalent where you were?
I never saw either one. I know that they were out there. I mean, people go hunt for them.
Well, that's a good point. Yeah. Get to hunting for them.
More of the Random Question coming up, 206-803-ROCK.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. What if comparing car insurance rates was as easy as putting on your favorite podcast? With Progressive, it is. Just visit the Progressive website to quote with all the coverages you want. You'll see Progressive's direct rate, then their tool will provide options from other companies so you can compare. All you need to do is choose the rate and coverage you like. Quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With nonstop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, there are great connection options to several cities. Whether it's the romantic streets of Paris or the stunning beaches of Barcelona, Condor will start your vacation by offering comfortable and spacious cabins. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
Hate doing cardio? Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth. For a healthier heart, for a healthier you. Smile Generation trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection, because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today and live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed. You don't just live in your home. You live in your neighborhood as well. So when you're shopping for a home, you want to know as much about the area around it as possible. Luckily, Homes.com has got you covered. Each listing features a comprehensive neighborhood guide from local experts. Everything you'd ever want to know about a neighborhood, including the number of homes for sale, transportation, local amenities, cultural attractions, unique qualities, and even things like median lot size and a noise score. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
The Toyota Tundra and Tacoma are designed to outlast and outlive, backed by Toyota's legendary reputation for reliability. So get in a Tundra with the available iForce Max hybrid engine, delivering exceptional torque and towing capacity. Or check out a Tacoma. With available off-road features like crawl control, it can take you beyond the trails. Toyota trucks are built to last. So don't wait. Get yours today. Visit buyatoyota.com for deals and more. Toyota, let's go places.
Coming up at 4:30, your guess is as good as mine in categories: the states with the most stolen cars and the states with the best and gnarliest teeth.
I think I can get the first 6 on that.
On teeth or cars?
Teeth.
Okay.
Teeth.
All right. The worst to the best.
Oh, you're offering both?
Yes.
I'm going to say worst.
I think that's the best category to pick today, though.
Yeah, I think best would be maybe California. Not because everyone's teeth are real, but because there's probably more fake teeth there per capita than most states.
Well, also you have to look at medical facilities, access to medical care. Believe it or not, education plays a lot into those. Typically, if you're looking for health, Massachusetts will always be very high on the list, no matter what the malady
They
is.
can't say chowder, but they take care of themselves.
Yeah, yep. Your guess is as good as mine. Cut up until 4:30. In the meantime, it is our random question. Question 206-803-ROCK.
Well, they have a healthcare system in that state that everybody likes.
They do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's wild.
What do you know? All right, here we go. Give you guys this one. What do you think you could do even though you've never done it? Now, I've put my foot in my mouth a number of times in
Land
here
747.
about being able to
safely
jump into that cockpit and save every passenger on board that plane. Do I know that I could do that? Absolutely not.
Do you believe that you
I
could do
believe that if I got on the horn there with air traffic control, that hopefully,
Got on the horn.
they could help me and guide me in. Kind of like an airplane. You know what I mean? Just get on there like, all right, Stryker, here's what you got to do. He was a pilot. He'd never flown that type of aircraft, but he was a pilot before. I'm just saying that,
Your whole theory is based on a comedic movie about a...
No, I'm saying I need a good Lloyd Bridges in the tower. I need somebody who's like, didn't pick the wrong week to quit sniffing glue. Right. I need a guy who says, look, see that little red button right there? I need you to press that. Okay, here's what we're going to do, and you're going to walk. Even if he says put it in autopilot until we get 10 miles away from the airport, then I take over. Whatever I got to do.
Sure.
I just.
The easy part is flying it. Like, look, I have full confidence that I could fly a 747 if you let someone else take off and land. I'm good. Once you get it in the air, I can sit down in that chair, yes, and not F with stuff. The challenge is those last 10 miles. And they go, oh, hey, listen, bad news, Thrill. You got to land this sucker. Now, even if they're talking me through it, the best directions I've ever heard, I have zero confidence that I'm going to land safely. Now, and if you were to ask me, you're my co-pilot, you don't know what you're doing, you said, I would tell you I have full confidence we're going to land this plane. Honestly, I have zero confidence that we're getting out of this alive. We're about to die.
Yeah. I would almost rather try to get into a flight simulator and do that, or just try to land. Then I would like run with the bulls or something like that. I think I got a better chance of not getting gored, of not falling, of not breaking my ankle. I don't know when the last time you went to a full sprint was lately, but it's not real easy to do.
How about landing a 747 versus running with the bulls?
I would almost rather take. Look, there's nobody.
I'll run with the bulls.
I'll run with the bulls.
There's nobody on the plane. All right, I'll get in the simulator. Just give me a shot.
No. Let's go with the real plane.
Well, they have the simulators at the flight museum. Yeah. And I'll tell you what, man, I did it a couple years ago at Hops and
Did
Props.
you land the plane?
No. And this is before I started drinking. Maybe I had like half a beer, but we'd gotten there early, so before the crowd's in there. I'm like, cool, I'm going to do this. And there's a guy sitting in front of me. He's playing it first. And he kept crashing. And in my mind, I'm like, this guy sucks because there's no way it's that hard. It's the flight simulator. I sucked. I could not land it. And I went in confident multiple times. And every time it landed, it's like, you just crashed.
Okay.
Yeah, every time. I'm like, I got this time, right? You feel like you learn quicker because it's a flight simulator. So I keep, what did I do wrong? I want to say by the fourth time I gave up. I'm like, it's ridiculous.
Problem is that if a plane were ever in an emergency, Miles would be pushing people back into their seats as he made his way up.
Oh, yeah. I'm doing this.
There's a guy who's got like mild flight experience. Like, hang on, I might be able to take care of this. Miles is like, no, I got this.
You're not stealing my thunder. My dreams have come true.
Get air traffic control.
Just look,
on
I'll be a co-pilot. Something. I can help out. I really think
You're not sober. All right, I didn't want to bring it up.
wasted
That's
on
the
that
other issue.
plane.
Miles, you would have to not drink while you're flying.
this is preposterous.
You'd be 6 shots deep.
You
Like, I
think they
got
give a
this.
crap, man? I can land that thing.
Give me another shot.
I
I'm
don't
landing
even
this
think-
thing.
Liquid courage.
Yeah, if we land this, everyone gets aviation gin. How's that?
Right.
I don't know. For whatever reason, I used to do flight simulators a lot when the early age of computers. Believe it or not, my Commodore 64 had a remedial one.
Remedial the best. Someone says the
but
Microsoft Flight
Yeah,
Simulator apparently
I've
is
used that.
fantastic.
It is.
Have you used that one?
I have used that one before.
How'd you do?
Fine.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. But the
Did you ever
controls
play
aren't the
Top
same.
Gun on Nintendo?
No.
I could never land that jet.
Really?
That was the hardest part.
Okay.
Gotta land it right.
Do you think you could pole vault?
I could land a plane quicker than I could figure out how to do a helicopter.
You don't think you could pole vault?
For one thing, I'm too heavy, and two, it takes so much core strength.
How
to
much?
Be able to
How
do it.
high do you think you could pull? Because to me, like that's the thing.
I could pole vault in the
Like-
way of crossing a big old river or something like that. Like I could shove that stick
Okay,
in
that
there
kind
and
of
get
pole
up and
vault.
over. But I can't
Height.
do the bend it backward situation
How
and
high
ride
do
the
you
thing
think?
up.
That's something I look at. And look, I don't think I could jump as high as those guys. So I
Zero
get
bend.
that.
Zero bend. As high as the stick can go with staying completely, stiff
That's
as I'm
it.
going up and over that thing, I think I could bridge that gap.
Okay.
That's
Okay,
it.
all right.
But if that has to have any bend whatsoever, I'm screwed. I'm hosed.
Do you think you could hang glide? Thinking of things where I think I've
God.
never done it. Do I think I could do it?
Yeah.
I'd have to build up the courage to jump off of a cliff.
Correct.
But I mean, after that point, I think I could do it.
You got an army of gorillas running in behind you. Like, we'll
Oh,
jump
you're
off this
pushing
cliff.
my ass off the cliff. But once I'm gone,
What do they do? Ted, what do they do? It's not. Is it kite at Poo Poo Point? What is it? It's not,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not-
That's hand gliding. Or that's,
No, that's- what is it?
Hand gliding, right?
No, because
it's
they have
parachuting.
engines. Yeah, it's paragliding, I think is
Oh,
what it's
paragliding. Okay. All right.
That's a good question.
Yeah, maybe that. I don't think I can hang
paragliding?
glide.
Yeah, you just hold on to a rope.
because you're coming down.
Tell you what I
hang
think-
gliding, I feel like you can. Well, you probably get an updraft.
You got to
and
ride the currents.
parachutes too.
Tell you what I think I could do is make a half decent beef Wellington. I know that's like one of the hardest things to make.
Wow.
I think I can follow directions, and I think I could get that done because I'm good at following directions when it comes to cooking, and I think I could do
Do
it.
I have time to train?
How
A
long?
little bit?
How long?
I don't know.
For the Wellington or for the paragliding?
Well, I'm thinking about I think I could play.
I think you're getting the phone call, whatever it is, Ted. Like, hey, we need you to.
I think I could play 2 snaps on
And?
defensive line in the NFL.
All right.
2 snaps.
And
2 snaps.
Just
All
ready
right.
plays.
And
Go
do
get him,
what?
Ted.
I mean, in theory,
Cause havoc.
I could line up wide for 2 snaps. You're not going to throw me
Oh,
the ball.
no. I'd be right there in a
So you're
3
on
or
the
4
line.
technique.
Okay.
Like, I'm not going to sack a quarterback.
But you'll bridge that gap. You'll
I
stop
think
a
I
runner.
could help stop the run for 2 plays.
How are you doing this? You torpedo?
Who's the running back one? Are we talking world
He's
class
just going
or
to shove you down to
average?
the ground. You're going to be flailed.
I don't know. I'm going to have to split a double team probably. I'm basing this just on being shorter.
All right.
So I'll have leverage.
Good stockiness.
Okay.
I get you.
You just got to find the right thing, man. I know for a fact I could go in there and hold again for extra points and field goals. And I'd be good enough to keep the kicker accurate. I know for a fact I can
You
still
can
find
set
the
that
place.
ball laces out. Y'all good to go?
I still know where my point
I mean,
finger
we
goes.
did
I can
that-
still go boom.
We did that goofy, whatever Olympics with the morning show this summer, and I mean that was slow, but I could still swing a baseball bat.
Definitely swing a baseball bat.
But like my buddy, his son's a pitcher for the Huskies, right? He's a relief pitcher. Shout out to Isaac Yeager. Like just watching that D1 baseball. Like Friday, I went to the spring game, then went over and watched the second half of the baseball game. I mean, it's frightening how hard they throw.
Yeah, with metal bats.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know that I could foul off, or
you could bunt.
I could maybe get a base, but I feel like I'd have to wear that pitch.
Do you think that you could make contact with any ball? Like
Yes,
you're swinging,
yes.
it doesn't matter if it's a foul
you
off.
No, you can bunt.
You think you could do it?
Yes, absolutely.
I don't know, man.
Yes, you could.
We
You
could
square
set
him
this
and
up. Isaac would throw balls at us. But he's a monster.
But if
dude.
you square
he's
up,
like 6 foot something
he's
and
gonna
a big
He's
boy.
going to try to throw at your head.
No, he likes the show.
All right.
But he would still
He
pump
might
it
throw
in
at
there.
your head.
Exactly.
That's the issue, though.
No, there's one guy I don't like.
Well, you got to keep in mind, though, he's
Find out
already
who it is.
6'3", 6'4". He's on the mound. He's pumping heat. Like, he's going to get drafted.
I got that.
No bunts, Miles. Do you
No
think that
bunts.
you think that you could turn on
No.
one and make contact?
No.
With the ball? All right.
Not a guy throwing a hundy. I mean, I couldn't turn on a guy
I
throwing
think
80.
I could. I think I could touch one. Now it's going to foul off. It's going to go right into the catcher's glove. Like, I am
No
not going
way.
to do anything good. I think
you could?
I think I could turn on one and catch one.
You basically, look, when you're bunting, you're just catching with the bat. So if
I'm
as long
aware
as you
of
have that
that.
mental mentality.
That's why I'm saying turn on one.
You got it. You just drag Bun down the third base line and take off running as fast as you're.
But the ball's coming 100 miles an hour, man.
That's
Forget
gonna hurt like
100. If he's pumping 90.
90, right. I mean, that's a
I
different...
just think it's unrealistic.
To make contact or to lay a bunt down?
I don't think either of you make contact.
All right.
I'm going to turn on it way early.
I'm not swinging on bunting.
I'm just going to
bunting. For crying out loud.
No, you don't get to bunt, Miles.
I'm bunting.
You have to swing.
No, that's a play in baseball.
I don't give
here's
a damn.
something.
You have to swing.
All right, here's something reasonable.
All right.
I think I could be an elected official.
Well, yeah. You got to just get elected.
Yeah.
What would you run for? You should be county coroner.
Oh my God.
City council, something.
Do you realize you need no experience? No,
County
no
I
experience.
don't want to touch dead
Yes.
bodies.
No experience.
Hey,
just go in
Ted
there and
Smith
go-
has confirmed that his S was effed up.
That's in most of the United States. That is an elected position. You don't have to have any training. You
No,
go in
it
and go,
is.
I think they shot him, and then you write it down, and that's official.
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, it's pretty well it. I think he choked.
You'd want to work on that with the city council?
Something like that.
Nah.
I could do that.
It seems boring, man.
I just like giving speeches and meeting people.
Okay.
I'm here for the speeches.
The reason we asked,
Yeah.
what do you think you could do, even though you've never done it? Do you think that you guys?
Oh, that's a lie. I've held elected office.
Yeah, in high school. Do you think you guys could beat a lie detector test, a polygraph?
Yes.
No.
Oh, wait. Beat it as
Beat
in I'm
it.
lying?
You're
No.
lying.
No.
You're lying. You're
No.
lying.
No.
You're lying.
I can't lie to people in general.
Okay.
What percent of people think they can beat it?
Well, it depends on how old you are. A poll asked people if they thought they could pass a polygraph test, and 67% said yes. 8% said yes, even if they were lying, and 6% said no. The group most likely to think that they could beat a lie detector test, even if they were lying, is men between the ages of 18 and 29. Yeah.
The likely suspects.
Many people don't seem to have a lot of faith in lie detectors anyway. I'll not believe
I can't beat it.
they're
but
often
it's not
wrong,
accurate.
and they wrongly label people who are telling the truth as lying. And another 43% say it probably happens sometimes. People just get nervous doing anything. And 13% say they think polygraph tests often wrongly label people who are lying as being truthful. So basically what they're saying is people don't know what to think about these things.
Well, they don't know what to think about it, but then they're asked, could you beat one? Well, no.
Yeah. Now,
Well, there's a reason why they're inadmissible at court.
well, could you buy one on Amazon?
Well, let's find out, Miles.
All right.
What I'm saying is, okay, a lie detector test. When have you ever heard of that ever being used? Like from anybody, a friend, an associate? Like even if you
Only someone applying for
even
like
if
a
you-
government job.
even if you
right?
did
Yes.
shoot somebody, okay?
You can get a USB polygraph test on Amazon. $250.
Somebody here says I beat it 3 times.
That's a military.
Were you lying though? That's the question to the listener.
Yeah, because
Ooh.
right. There's a difference between beating it and you being truthful.
Okay, look, I shoot.
Correct. I feel confident I can beat one, but I'm not going to lie to it.
Right. I shoot someone. When I go to the police station, they don't do a lie detector test and go, "Did you shoot that person?"
Right.
That's not how it works. So I'm like saying, like, when do they use them?
Ooh. You could read this book by James Murdoch, How to Pass a Polygraph.
How to pass a polygraph. He got locked up for fraud, by the way.
What's that, like breathing exercises and yoga and
Yeah,
stuff?
Pretty much. What was it? Was it Ocean's 12 where he had like the thumbtack in his shoe because he needed to,
Right,
every
he
time
put-
he told the truth he had to stab himself?
Yeah.
That way his heart rate was always spiking. That's what it measures. Whenever you lie, your heart rate spikes a little bit. Whether you before you even answer, like your heart rate spikes that you're nervous about this answer.
Okay.
And so every time he told the truth, he would have to stab himself so his heart rate would spike.
But
So
spike
it'd be
again.
even on every single
Exactly.
answer.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how you build your inconsistencies.
Okay. Let's see here. All right. How about this question right here? What did you do in your life younger than most people? What did you experience and do in life that was probably younger than a lot of your friends?
I honestly move around a lot.
Yep.
That's the first thing that comes to mind. Otherwise, man, I don't know. I mean, I saw a penthouse and knew I liked it at age 9.
That's pretty young.
I mean, look, at 15-year-old, he popped it open thinking that I'd be grossed out. We're in my parents' front yard. I can tell you what this chick looks like to this day, man. Like, my world changed. Like, what is going on there, man?
Yep. I think the one thing I've got on my Social Security is I started working, being taxed at the age of 12. So when I look at my Social Security, and then after that I worked at a Boy Scout camp, and you are also taxed there as well. So I think it's strange to see from the ages of 12 to 18, every single year I had taxes and Social Security paid in to the system.
He was born in 1847. He was.
Because I'm just like, I'm being taxed at 12.
Yep.
It's one thing to be cutting grass or babysitting or, raking leaves for someone or washing their car or one of those remedial jobs.
Well, imagine if they taxed you on it. Like, hey, man, I know I said I was going to pay you $10 an hour. I'm going to pay you $7.88 to cover the taxes.
Well, I just remember this. Back in the day, when I got paid, I would have to go to my mom's bank and tell them that I was their son and that she had a checking account, and I would like to cash my check because I didn't have a bank account.
Right.
But they still paid you with a check.
Mm-hmm.
So, but you could use your parents.
Yeah, your parents always deposited your money for you.
Well, they cashed mine because I wanted the cash, but because I did not have a savings account.
Of course.
I didn't have anything.
Well, kids don't have checkings account. I mean, it's just...
No. It's a bad idea. That's why they invented Venmo.
Because I remember
that's why some kid who's like 8 years old, like, I invented Venmo. Hey, Dad, hook me up with a quick $5.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I think that's the one I think that's probably the most glaring out of everything.
You do anything early there, Mike? Usually you talk, I was a late bloomer on this or I was a late bloomer on that. Did you do anything? Like milk a cow even, for Christ's sake?
I mean, I made Eagle Scout at 16.
There you go. Wait, what's the average age for an Eagle Scout?
17, like right at the border, yeah.
Right at the
Yeah,
so
once
18,
you turn 18, you're out. So there's a lot of 17 and, 11 months that make it.
Boy Scouts have the same kind of idea as Menudo. Like, once you hit a certain age, man,
you're out.
You're out.
You're
But
done.
I have one that I did that most Major League Baseball players cannot say they've ever done.
Which is?
And I did it at T-ball. That was very early.
Unassisted triple play.
Unassisted triple play.
That thing 4 years old.
That's the thing.
And T-ball, where people
I was
don't even
like
know.
6.
People don't even know where to
7.
run.
Yeah. Now, granted, the idiots did run into these outs, but I still had an unassisted.
Hey, it was unassisted. It was all you, Ted. Good work.
Do you remember doing this?
Yes.
Okay.
I can remember the participants. Right? I caught the ball, stepped on third, and then my sister's friend Tara Emery was running from second base. She didn't stop. I tagged her.
Jesus.
Unassisted.
Did anyone say anything?
Well, the place erupted. Well,
the place erupted.
You serious?
Well, yeah. I mean, I've always been coachable, right?
Yeah.
But it's just smart enough as a kid to be like I caught it. Like, now granted, my brother's 7 years older. He's already playing baseball. And they were like, tag the base. I was like, tag the base. And then they're like, she's still running at you from second. It's like, all right. I just ran at her and tagged her.
And the place erupted.
Again,
Free snow coats for everyone.
Crowd goes
right. So every time I will bring this up in front of my family, right? And some of my cousins played college ball. Like, they were much more established athletes than I ever was. And I'll be like, well, I'm the only one with unassisted triple play. And then you'll hear a voice from the back. My brother will be like, you ran to third base your first at bat. Every time.
The Desert News reports on the latest news out of South Ogden, Utah.
Someone has to.
With one succinct sentence.
South Ogden, Utah.
Mm-hmm. A 7-year-old took a car for a joyride, everyone. Police there say they received a call on Sunday morning about a vehicle not staying in its lane. And when they finally tracked the car down, they found the young boy behind the wheel, along with another child. KUTV reports the second child who made the 10-mile drive with him from their home in Davis County was his 5-year-old sister. It seems Big Brother had convinced her they needed to go to McDonald's.
That took a lot of convincing.
Cops say they weren't able to pull the boy over at first. They just said he wouldn't stop. But because they were concerned about his driving ability, they opted not to chase him. So the vehicle with the children still inside was found about 3 miles from where police initially spotted it after it hit a park strip and was forced to stop. This is a really high traffic area for a little kid to be driving. According to the owner of a barbershop near where the children were finally found. Thankfully, no one was injured, though the car the kids were in sustained some minor damage. Due to the driver's age, no charges are being pursued. The identity is obviously not being released. The sibling's mom, by the way, says that although she was baffled, confused, and panicked by the incident, she's glad that her kids are safe.
Well, yeah.
A 7-year-old took a car for a ride for 10 miles to go to McDonald's.
Damn.
That's kind of impressive.
That's super impressive. Just terrifying, but very impressive. I'm like, convince this kid that she's 5. You know what he said? He says, you want McDonald's? Yeah. All right, let's go.
Sorry, did they get to McDonald's?
I don't believe they made it that far. All
right.
I'm just surprised they
doesn't have a happy ending.
I'm actually surprised that they knew where to go. Just from an orienteering standpoint. You know, like which road to get on, which direction to go.
And he's driving.
I just feel like if I was working at that McDonald's,
yeah,
and those kids show up,
at the drive-thru.
Yeah, like I would be like, hey, my bad, kids. You're going to have to pull over and wait for your nuggets.
Do you think they were smart enough to have money on them?
That's what I'm wondering.
He drove damn near 10 miles
because
from
when you're
McDonald's.
7 years old, you're not the ones you don't do those transactions. So
That's
do you even
true.
know they exist?
But 7-year-olds are smart enough. If somebody gave them $20 for their birthday a year ago, they'll
right.
still have that same 20 and be like, I have $20.
Hey, I got the car keys.
I'm just imagining the shock. Again, I'm working with a drive-thru. Just like, oh.
You didn't hear it in my voice? No.
I say they're walking in. They're parking and walking in.
No, I think homeboy goes straight to the drive-thru, not giving it a thought, places his order, drives up to the window, and there's Ted going, is this for real?
I think he's smart enough to realize he's going to get busted if he does that.
You think?
Yes, he's got to be. If he's
I
smart
don't
enough
think
to be
he
able to
thought
drive
that
the thing-
through.
Yes, he did.
I don't know if he's deceptive. I think he's just like, I saw what Mom does start the car. I can do this. Prove that he could.
Also, in second grade.
Yeah.
I mean,
This is the issue with only having automatic vehicles.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, how old is Terrence's kid? 5, 6 years old? He's 5.
5? He
So
might
2
be
years.
6.
So maybe 1 year old. Is he tall enough to reach gas pedal?
No.
He's not.
Got to teach him to put phone books on his feet.
That was what I was thinking about. The most impressive thing with this kid is he was able to see over the steering wheel.
Oh, he tall.
And also able to use the gas and brakes.
Yeah.
Because to me, it just seems like, that the height challenge is the hardest part.
That's probably why the cops were a little alarmed. Have you seen a few people that drive around like that, though? There are some very old women in some cars sometimes. And also just watch them drive by, and I cannot believe that they can legally be on the road.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, it's like a little kid with a wig on, barely peeping through the steering wheel. They look like a Pixar character. My God. Hello, Jacob. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Jacob, welcome to the program. And a random question. Let's go with this one. What would you say is the best or worst gift that you've ever either received or given?
The best gift I received was, I believe, either this birthday or my last birthday. My beautiful girlfriend brought me to. It was Astoria, Oregon, where the Goonies was filmed, and we just did the whole coast. We went to the beaches. We had some food. To me, that was just a great little escape. My worst birthday gift ever. I was a kid. And my parents, because I was lactose intolerant, but I didn't know it. We always just thought I was a gassy guy. So they got me these placebo pills, these sugar pills. I didn't know they were sugar pills, and they gave them to me. They're like, here, it'll help. And I would just pop them all the time thinking they worked. They didn't. Sugar pills.
And that was a gift.
That was a gift from my parents.
You know, man, I like the Astoria thing. I'd almost rather have sometimes experiences.
Sure, man.
Just something that I probably don't need.
Don't want that mouth hug.
Well, yeah, that would be great too. That's why you get a hotel
in Astoria.
Best or worst gift? Gwyneth Paltrow. We know Gwyneth. Goop has released just in time for Mother's Day a gift guide, and the options run from obviously some affordable things to ridiculous. There's a $25 journal. Also a $17,000 necklace. And since we're talking Goop here, of course, there's going to be a lot of sex toys on the list for Mom, which is a little bit strange. But Gwyneth truly believes that your mom should pleasure herself this year for Mother's Day.
Thank you, Gwyneth, for putting that out there in the universe.
Nobody's giving that to the mom.
With the
I got
womanizer,
you a vibrator, Mom.
The womanizer enhanced. Why not? It's a perfect gift for any mom. You can proudly hand this thing to your mom on Mother's Day for the low price of $159 plus shipping and I guess handling, so to speak.
Handling.
I got you a Kraken tentacle. This is honest to God on her thing. Like, must for every mom. You got to give her the womanizer enhanced.
Again, who's going to get that for their mother? Nobody wants to think about their parents doing
I'm
that.
going to buy it for someone else's mother.
You going to get the flashlight for your dad next?
He's already got it. It's in a toolkit.
Don't female friends just share this information with each other?
Right.
Like, you got to try.
I mean, I guess maybe a daughter would get it from her mom. I would never buy my mom a sex toy. I would have bought my dad a fleshlight. Keep yourself busy.
There you go, man.
Yeah.
Here's a magazine.
The problem is he would have kept it clean.
Yeah.
He gets so wound up. Like, take a little time off there, fella. Ease up.
Your guess is as good as mine. Count out the category stolen cars and gnarly teeth at 4:30. And we've got your emails on the way next to the men's room at KISW.com.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, You call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With nonstop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, there are great connection options to several cities. Whether it's the romantic streets of Paris or the stunning beaches of Barcelona, Condor will start your vacation by offering comfortable and spacious cabins. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
Hate doing cardio? Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth for a healthier heart, for a healthier you. Smile Generation. Trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection, because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you, committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today and live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed.
You don't just live in your home. You live in your neighborhood as well. So when you're shopping for a home, you want to know as much about the area around it as possible. Luckily, Homes.com has got you covered. Each listing features a comprehensive neighborhood guide from local experts. Everything you'd ever want to know about a neighborhood, including the number of homes for sale, transportation, local amenities, cultural attractions, unique qualities, and even things like median lot size and a noise score. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
The Toyota Tundra and Tacoma are designed to outlast and outlive, combining raw power with precision engineering, all backed by Toyota's legendary reputation for reliability. Climb inside a Tundra and experience the uncompromising strength. With its available iForce Max engine, the Tundra delivers exceptional power, torque, and towing capacity. Plus, the spacious and high-tech cabin keeps you connected on the run. Or check out a Tacoma. Agile, dependable, and unstoppable. The Tacoma's designed for those who go beyond the trails. Stay ahead of the pack with available off-road features like crawl control. Or break out your tunes with the available portable JBL speaker. Toyota trucks are built to last, year after year, mile after mile. So outlast every adventure and outlive the moment. Buy a Tundra or Tacoma today. Visit buyatoyota.com, the official website for deals. Or stop by your local Toyota dealer to find out more. Toyota, let's go places.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With nonstop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, there are great connection options to several cities. Whether it's the romantic streets of Paris or the stunning beaches of Barcelona, Condor will start your vacation by offering comfortable and spacious cabins. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. What if comparing car insurance rates was as easy as putting on your favorite podcast? With Progressive, it is. Just visit the Progressive website to quote with all the coverages you want. You'll see Progressive's direct rate, then their tool will provide options from other companies so you can compare. All you need to do is choose the rate and coverage you like. Quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Hate doing cardio? Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth for a healthier heart, for a healthier you. Smile Generation trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection, because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today and live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed.
We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Coming up at 4:30, your guess is as good as mine. Our categories: the states with the most stolen cars and gnarly teeth, or the best teeth, if you so choose. But first, time for a few emails to the men's room at KISW.com.
You've got mail. You've got mail.
And birthdays brought to you by Men's Room Roasted Red Salsa from San Juan Salsa Company.
Dip responsibly.
Birthday shout-outs.
I just can't remember that on a Monday, dude.
Jonas, I want to give a big happy birthday to my oldest daughter, Anaya. Thank you. Anaya.
That's what you say when you do karate.
Anaya, sorry. I figured it out. She's 15 today. Amazing drummer who loves to collect vinyl. And
right.
Saving all of her money to go to concerts. All right. I love you so much. From Dad, Mom, and her 3 younger sisters. So could she please get a reverse fart, a happy Chinooka, and a Sarah Palin Suck It Up cupcake? Thank you so much, you fine gentlemen.
Happy Chinooka.
So, suck it up, cupcake!
Charles, it's that time again to send a birthday shout out to my buddy, Terry in Renton. He began his millionth trip around the sun today. Terry! Can he get a Danger Bacon? What is Danger Bacon?
I don't know.
And a Liquor and Whores. Followed by a stampede of Bremels.
Where's Terry from?
Terry's in Renton. So
Terry in Renton.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How about
Terry.
the Dirty Germans with their dirtiest? Thanks, guys. That from Jim in Maple Valley.
Yeah, I want to imagine your body naked. What part of your body do you picture being your Renton? That's the point I'm going to visit.
Yeah, I think it's the back door.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, Renton. So it takes this Renton exit.
Jesus.
I mean, somebody must know that guy.
Yeah.
You can't be Terry from Renton.
Terry and Renton? Oh, man. Well, the problem is there's 50 Terrys.
But there's only one
50?
Terry that, you live in Renton, you go to the main street, you drink at the bars, you know Terry.
You got,
I'm going to say there's over 250 Terrys in Renton.
Just Renton?
Just Renton. Just Renton.
There's no way to figure this out, I don't
You
think.
talking male Terry or female Terry?
Doesn't matter.
Oh, I would take the under.
I'm taking the male
Taking
Terry.
the under? All right.
But Charles finally
Red
got...
proper?
Guys, y'all made my daily commute from Tacoma to Seattle tolerable, sometimes even enjoyable. I got to say, the Sugar Ray story and following banter had me in tears. So how about some green beans, some thrill shotgun gets, a happy Chinooka, and you guys talking all over yourselves about being a great punter, being the key to a championship squad. Thanks, guys. I'm from Little Rod from Tacoma.
Green beans. What? Green beans.
Happy Chinooka.
Green beans. Green beans.
Get!
Get.
I think the
Happy Chinooka.
key to a great
Get.
football team is a punter.
I'll tell you right
I
now,
mean,
that this is
I don't know, a lot
the
of
key
times
is
heard
that
he's a
you
good
never
punter.
see
He
him
doesn't
on the
have
field. He
yeah,
just
he
has
does
the title.
special teams.
He's on the
Yeah.
clipboard.
Throw
As
a
long as
touchdown
they can
pass,
punch,
John
your
Ryan.
team's doing pretty
You know,
damn
he did a
well,
good one.
or committing a lot of turnovers.
If you're an
I will
all-pro
say-
punter, your team sucks.
All right, so that's what I was going to say. Like, there was years where Maryland was always like, punter of the year from University of Maryland. It's like, right. Because they don't move the goddamn ball.
He kicked 60 times.
Right, of course he has a great average. So I'm with you. You need a good punter, but you don't want to have the best punter in the league, like statistic-wise, because that means your offense isn't moving the ball.
I never want them on the
field. And if it's
field.
distance, based on average distance, that means that you didn't even make it out of your 20.
Right.
That guy can bomb the ball. Not he's kicking it. Whatever.
Right, and I like Dixon for the Seahawks. I think he's great. He's an Aussie rules football guy. He can get out of stuff, but again, you're never happy to see the punter.
No, you don't see a jersey with his name on it.
Well, unless you're Australian or his family.
Yes. Yeah, but they don't count.
Only you beautiful bitches. All I want for my 47th birthday is to hear the captain tell us about the time he ran into the Dirty Germans at the after party in Reno. Thanks, boys, and happy Cinco de Mayo, or Drinko. That from Chris.
Ooh, well, ahoy there, and happy birthday. It's funny you bring up the time I met the Dirty Germans in Reno. I always thought he said his name was Gino. Crunchberries.
Guys, I want to wish my brother Jim Morgan a very happy birthday. If we could get some Dirty Germans talking about he swings his hammer and a big fish sandwich, that would be awesome. Love to you all. Thank you, guys. That from the lovely Sherry.
Fish sandwich. Are you sure?
Yeah, Sherry, come on. We know how he swings his hammer. We watch him on OnlyFans all the time. His 2 highest paying customers.
Yeah, I really like it when he wears the Thor costume.
Yeah. Hammer swinger time.
Guys, May 5th, shout out, happy 60th trip around the sun to our great friend Johnny Rocker. He is have an amazing day. Congrats on your new grandson, who will be in your world tomorrow. Cheers, the big old bong rip to you. Lots of love from Dwayne and Shelley. P.S. How about a little kid sandwich as well for granddaughter Hazel? Thanks, fellas, and many thanks. All right, guys, here you go. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, to you, to you.
Ya's a Dirty Germans brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's World Famous Sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Schweinefleisch.
Oh, they get that one too? Oh, crap. Guys, today's my husband Jason's 52nd birthday. A longtime listener, hardworking vet, amazing husband. How about fish sandwich and the Dirty Germans? Thanks from his wife, Kara.
I'll have a fish sandwich.
Sorry.
Yeah, kind of funny that your wife, Kara, brings up a fish sandwich on your birthday. I think you know what to expect tonight.
Yeah, it's the sweet flavor of tartar sauce.
Yeah.
Honey, what is this?
No cocktail?
You can't put cocktail sauce on a fish sandwich.
I never have, but why not?
Yeah, it's breaded. It's like shrimp.
No.
Yes.
No.
It's a fish sandwich.
Yeah.
It's cocktail sauce.
Doesn't belong there.
What do you mean?
What are you talking about? I've never done it, but once you brought it up,
if you
it didn't cross my mind to do it, but now it seems like a good idea.
I do a fried shrimp sandwich with cocktail sauce on it all the time.
Fried shrimp goes in a cocktail. Crab, sorry, fish. If cocktail sauce belong on a fish sandwich, you're telling me no restaurant ever would have thought of this.
You might be right. It's just something I want to try now. I don't know. Sounds like a good idea. Man.
You know what? I hope you do it, and I hope it ruins your damn sandwich.
I know you do. I know that you do. I just think it will be good.
Let's get a contestant on the line right now for your guess is as good as mine, 206-803-ROCK. I'm telling you, man, on the shrimp sandwich, it's good. So I just assume on a fish sandwich.
No. Look, again, shrimp, I agree. Shrimp belong in cocktail sauce. Look, it's personal for me, okay? When I take out my mom, Mike, she gets too many sauces. Then the one day she was dipping her crab cake and tartar sauce and not the... I was just like, what are we doing here? We got to separate things. Shrimp, cocktail, good. Right? Oysters, cocktail, good. Fish sandwich, bad. Tartar sauce.
Did you try it?
No. Have you ever put malt vinegar on your fish sandwich?
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, that's like eating fish and chips.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Oh, this is a very nice email, guys. Fisher House. Wanted to reach out to you and thank you guys for your contributions towards the Fisher House. You're welcome. My uncle Tim Smith is a veteran and has been battling lymphoma for a few years. Recently, it's taken a turn for the worst, and he's been admitted to the ICU at the VA hospital. The staff there do an amazing job and keep him as comfortable as possible. Now, through this incredibly hard time, the Fisher House has allowed my Aunt Esther to stay at their house on campus. She lives on Whidbey Island, and there would be no way she would ever be able to make that drive every day to be with her husband. And the Fisher House has allowed her to be with him through his exhaustive fight the whole way. And our family appreciates it more than you can ever imagine. He's had the love of his life there throughout it all. So I want to thank the Fisher House and thank you for the funding you provide. Keep on rocking, and doing what you do does make a difference. Thanks, guys. That from Shane. Shane, that's our listeners. Buying the beer, buying the sausage,
absolutely is.
buying the salsas. So as long as you continue to do that, we can help out the Fisher House.
That's the tough part about the Fisher House. Great place to support. Glad to hear it's working for you.
Yeah.
But ideally, we wouldn't have anybody having to stay at the Fisher House.
That is true.
You know what I
That
mean?
is true.
It's one of those things. It's like, but I am glad to hear that. Also, a little creepy. I have an Uncle Tim.
Uncle Tim, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the work they do there is amazing. And if you ever get a chance to take a tour of the place and spend some time there, it's just amazing to see all the good that's done in the area. And again, man, there's three of them here. When we first got here, there were two.
Two, yeah.
So,
and beer money.
Time for all your guesses as good as mine. Did we just lose our contestant?
We did.
All right, call back if you want to play. 206-803-ROCK. If not, I'm going to let you guys play the game. All right, so our categories today. We have the states with the best and worst dental health. They said it's too much of a stretch to declare that residents of some states have the best teeth in the nation, but they at least seem to lead the way when it comes to dental health. The fine folks at Walnut Hub, they factored in several metrics. Percentage of adults and adolescents who regularly visit the dentist, the number of dentists, the number of dental clinics, treatment costs, and even consumption of sugary drinks to bestow the bragging rights. So we have the top states for dental care, and we have the bottom worst finishers with their overall scores. Okay, so kind of a 2-in-1 on that one. Then we have the 10 states with the highest auto theft risk, according to new data. So you guys want to go with stolen cars, Or do you want to go dental?
I'm saying dental, the bad side. That's me. I just feel like it'll be easier.
All right, fair enough.
I'm with you.
All right. Bad side of dental.
You down with bad dental?
Bad dental.
Now,
who comes to mind when you first think of bad dental hygiene? I bet you 3 out of 4 of us thought of the same person.
West Virginia?
You know what?
As a state, yes.
I feel that people in West Virginia actually take better care of their teeth than most people just based on trying to fight that stereotype, if that makes sense.
I get you.
It's almost like a point of contention. Like, you know what? We have fluoride. We brush our teeth.
Do it.
But is West Virginia on the list?
Is West Virginia on the list as far as the worst states? Of course it is. It's number 49 in the country.
So your theory is wrong.
That's exactly right.
I think they really try. I think you do.
Yeah.
I think the rest of the state cares.
I mean, I told you about my cousin.
So then who's the worst? Because if they're 49,
Mississippi.
Mississippi is number 1. That's number. No, actually, they're number. Well,
does it matter?
They're 50, but DC is also in here. But it's not on the top worst, just so you know. So yes,
okay.
West Virginia's
so
49.
51.
Mississippi's 50. There is a 51st on this list
Worse
of the
than
worst
Mississippi.
dental health. Yes.
I'm guessing that we got to stick around the same area down there.
I'm guessing, I mean, if I were an a-hole, I'd say, I was going to say Arkansas, yes.
Number 1, or 51 in this instance.
51, all right.
You've got the top 3 anyway. Arkansas, Mississippi, and West Virginia, no strikes against you. Those are the 3 worst states in the United States for overall dental health.
Would you blindly French kiss someone there?
Should we just stick with my theory about SEC football?
Generally, that's how I go. What are you thinking?
Alabama?
Alabama is on the list at number 43. That is correct.
Yeah. All right, now it gets a little tougher.
There's one more western state than
not. Picture like
it's
New Mexico, maybe.
It's not touching water.
Right.
It's not touching water.
Wyoming.
Not a bad guess. Not on the list. I think the population is too small. They can only come up on anything.
I'm telling you, New Mexico, man.
I'll believe it. There's some good meth down there.
New Mexico?
Yeah. Nope.
Yeah.
Oh boy. All right, hang on. Let's focus in here.
Let's get back to basics. It is SEC football, so let's go. Let's take that.
You want to throw in like a Tennessee or a Kentucky?
Sure.
Which one do you want?
I feel like Kentucky's a stronger candidate.
I think you're right.
Kentucky's 44 on the list. So far, you guys are correct on Alabama, Kentucky, West Virginia, Mississippi, and Arkansas. These are the worst states in the United States for dental care.
Tennessee might still be on there.
Do we have any more hints?
Well, there's a couple remote areas. I mean, remote, no matter if you're continental or not. On a couple of these states. Alaska's 45.
All right.
That's correct. There's one that seems like it's in the middle of nowhere.
I'm telling you, like Iowa or... Boy, Iowa feels like the middle of nowhere. Kansas feels like the middle of nowhere.
Ohio?
Not Ohio.
Yeah, I'd say
we're kind of talking out.
Okay. 2 strikes. You've got 6 out of the 10.
Ooh.
Throw, pick one.
Hold on. This comes from the text line. Someone says Oklahoma.
You going to go with that one?
Go Oklahoma.
Let's go with it.
Ow! Damn it, man.
Okay, stick with the SEC for just a second.
Tennessee.
Tennessee not on the list.
Okay.
Georgia.
Not on the list.
What's down there next to Mississippi?
Like you do Kansas?
It was in Louisiana.
Louisiana's 47.
How did we not think of Louisiana?
Yeah. Believe it or not, the other states include Florida, Texas, and Montana.
Huh.
So those are the worst dental health states. Do you guys want to take a crack real quick here at the best dental health states?
I mean, like I said, Massachusetts.
Massachusetts is number 9 on the list.
New York.
New York is not on the list.
Oh. New Hampshire.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With nonstop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, there are great connection options to several cities. Whether it's the romantic streets of Paris or the stunning beaches of Barcelona, Condor will start your vacation by offering comfortable and spacious cabins. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive. Most of you aren't just listening right now. You're driving, cleaning, and even exercising. But what if you could be saving money by switching to Progressive? Drivers who save by switching save nearly $750 on average. And Auto customers qualify for an average of 7 discounts. Multitask right now. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $744 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2022 and May 2023. Potential savings will vary. Discounts not available in all states and situations.
Hate doing cardio? Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth for a healthier heart for a healthier you. Smile Generation trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today and live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed.
Bosch's innovative power tools make you feel like a Bosch. Like when you pile drive screws and bolts with the 2-in-1 impact driver, you'll feel like
Macho Man Randy Savage. Oh, yeah!
Or when you powerfully blast through concrete with the Bulldog rotary hammer, you'll feel
like I have the power!
And when you make buttery smooth cuts with the Glide Miter saw, you'll feel
Scoobity-bee-bop smooth, baby.
What he said. With expertly engineered power tools, the more you Bosch, the more you feel like a Bosch.
You don't just live in your home. You live in your neighborhood as well. So when you're shopping for a home, you want to know as much about the area around it as possible. Luckily, Homes.com has got you covered. Each listing features a comprehensive neighborhood guide from local experts. Everything you'd ever want to know about a neighborhood, including the number of homes for sale, transportation, local amenities, cultural attractions, unique qualities, and even things like median lot size and a noise score. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
New Hampshire?
New Hampshire? No, not on the list.
How about Maryland?
Not on the list. Okay, close is.
California.
California, not on the list.
Oh, all right, so Virginia's on the list.
Virginia's not on the list.
That kind of.
PA?
Maine.
Pennsylvania, not.
There's no way.
Close to Maryland. You said something close to Maryland.
District of Columbia.
I'm naming states, not territories.
Yes. Idaho somehow makes this list. This is a tough one. North Dakota, Ohio, Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota, and Illinois.
Really?
So those are the states right there.
Well, I mean, again, I'm simplifying, but basically, SEC, bad teeth.
Yeah.
Big traditional Big Ten, good teeth.
The worst dental health states in the United States, that would be Florida, Alabama, Kentucky, Alaska, Montana, Louisiana, Texas, West Virginia, Mississippi, and Arkansas.
None of those shock me.
No.
Like the places with the good teeth, thrown for a loop. All of those, they make sense, and that's sad.
Idaho, I guess, makes sense, though.
You think? Why?
Because to me, Idaho really only has 2 areas, right? You got the crazy North End people over there, right, by Coeur d'Alene and stuff.
Yeah.
But they all have a little more money and seem like I could see them going and getting teeth work done.
Okay.
And then the only other city really is that I know is you got to go south of Boise.
And then all the rich people who ski down there, too. Those areas, those like where Wahlberg lives, and Demi Moore, and all those people have homes, and
I didn't know they lived in Idaho.
They're Idahoans.
Idahoans.
Is that what you call Idahoan?
Idahoans?
Wahlberg seems right for Idaho, though.
Really?
Yeah.
I figured he'd go back to Boston.
Yeah, man. He seems like a Boston
They're
dude.
hoping he does in Idaho.
Exactly.
Coming up at 5:08. You're listening to The Men's Room.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With nonstop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, there are great connection options to several cities. Whether it's the romantic streets of Paris or the stunning beaches of Barcelona, Condor will start your vacation by offering comfortable and spacious cabins. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. What if comparing car insurance rates was as easy as putting on your favorite podcast? With Progressive, it is. Just visit the Progressive website to quote with all the coverages you want. You'll see Progressive's direct rate, then their tool will provide options from other companies so you can compare. All you need to do is choose the rate and coverage you like. Quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Hate doing cardio? Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth for a healthier heart for a healthier you. Smile Generation trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today and live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed.
Man, that was easy.
Bulldog Rotary Hammer!
Hello?
It is I, He-Man, your inner Bosch.
Inner...
Bosch!
I'm sorry, what?
That powerful feeling you get when you can powerfully blast through concrete. Say it with me.
What, like right now?
Yes! We have the power!
The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a Bosch.
You don't just live in your home. You live in your neighborhood as well. So when you're shopping for a home, you want to know as much about the area around it as possible. Luckily, Homes.com has got you covered. Each listing features a comprehensive neighborhood guide from local experts. Everything you'd ever want to know about a neighborhood, including the number of homes for sale, transportation, local amenities, cultural attractions, unique qualities, and even things like median lot size and a noise score. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
The men's room returns with Miles and Thrill.
Coming up here at 5:08. We'll drink a toast for the shot of the day. And we have your headlines on the way at 5:50. But first, quick check with Mike Hogg and some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
Thank you, Miles. Scientists have discovered a new gland within the human body.
Up there in your mouth.
Up there in your mouth, on your nose-ish area. They were doing just some different method of scans, and then they found something on different folks, and they were like, wait a minute.
What does this gland do?
I don't know.
It moistens the area between the back of your throat and your nasal passages.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a gland for that.
Right? Wonder if it's also the one responsible for all the phlegm that you get when you're sick.
It doesn't want you to know that.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry.
I overdo my job sometimes.
I'm just working extra hard.
That's why you get snot rockets.
Trying to buy tickets for the kids.
Oh, damn.
A suburb in Florida has started curtailing the peacock population by, not quite that way, no, vasectomies.
Oh. Who do you call for that?
So now just a pee.
Damn it, Miles.
What?
I just neutering the
this?
birds over in Florida.
Are they invasive or something? I read there's some other invasive
They're
thing
annoying.
there now.
They're just a pest, really.
Peacocks.
Yeah, they're just giant pigeons.
I mean, they are. How many do they have that it's a nuisance?
Apparently enough to where they're like, we need to start clipping these guys.
Okay. Damn.
You ever listen to a peacock just sit there and scream?
Just a pee.
I have not.
Yeah! That's what they sound like.
Oh, really?
Just a pee.
All day long. Stop it!
How they do? They have them at
Oh, do they?
Like a bunch or like a few?
I only saw one trying to eat some cheese.
Oh.
Seriously. Fly's trying to feed him the cheese.
They're only cool when the doggone feathers are up, and that never happens.
Nope. They don't find you sexy.
Don't like cheese. They will eat the cracker.
But they are loud.
Yes.
I rented years ago, a bunch of us rented a cabin up near Leavenworth. And I'm sitting in the hot tub one morning, and I'm like, what in the hell is that noise? And the neighbors just had peacocks out there. Same thing. And then, later, they're up in a tree. I mean, I did see one pull out the full feathers, which was cool, but they were just annoying the whole time.
Yeah.
They just scream the entire time.
And how much, I'm with Thrill a little bit here. I know he was kind of kidding, but how much does it cost to, give these birds vasectomies?
As opposed to shooting them, which I know sounds mean, but the point is you're trying to get them to die off, right?
Sure.
You just don't want to do the current generation.
Is there a peacock
how
season?
much more does it cost to call a peacock vasectomy expert versus...
I think it's because you can't give people the green light to just start capping these things.
You don't tell everyone. Obviously, this is an inside job. You don't put out the all call.
Okay, but if you're telling somebody, one person that likes to go out and shoot birds, that you officially get to go and shoot peacocks, he's telling his buddies.
But fish and wildlife. You're the one that's going to shoot them. Or do you
don't
want to give
shoot
them a vasectomy?
It's fish and wildlife. They're about preservation, not destroying them.
But what if we harvest the meat?
That's fine. But again, if you're the kind of person that would like to go out and shoot peacocks, you're telling your other friends who also like to go out and shoot peacocks because you all want to get in on it.
It's not that we like to shoot peacocks or saying there's a peacock issue. And I have a gun and I'm willing to shoot a peacock.
A lot of states
not
have
that I
gotten
want to.
overrun with deer.
Sure.
So you extend deer season, right? Same with turkeys. I don't think most people know the turkeys are overrunning this country. It's a serious problem. So a lot of states have said turkey season's much longer.
Doggone.
Yeah, shoot the peacocks.
Well, that's what happened again. The turkeys were almost gone, and we did a good job. Save the turkeys.
Yeah.
We did. That was too many of the turkeys.
Well, I was reading the same thing today about that hairy-ass China crab.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
It was in the Columbia River, and it was kind of upstream. They find this
It's
hairy...
called the hairy claw crab.
It's the hairy China crab, right? Whatever it is. So...
Hairy China
Hairy
crab.
crab river. Anyway, so he goes... So they go talking about all this crap, and they're like, oh, you kill it. You pull it up in a trap, you get it, kill that damn thing.
Can you eat it?
That's the first thing I Googled, Ted. It says it's delicious.
Oh, really?
I
Right.
said, this is not a problem. This is a solution to a problem.
Yes, it is. That is a solution.
Look, put it on the menu, dude. You want to get rid of them?
Hairy crabs.
I will eat your hairy crab.
Would you like the hairy Chinese crab?
Give me an order of hairy crabs there.
With the side of peacock
Pilsner,
wings.
please. Yeah. Seriously. That's the solution? They're delicious?
Straight from China.
Yeah.
A.K.A. the Columbia River.
Eat our hairy crab.
A new study says parents that are glued to their phones are sabotaging their child's development.
No kidding.
Because they're glued to their phones.
No kidding.
They're not helping their children develop.
Why don't you send that through a social message so they can see it on the phone?
No kidding. Put that study on Facebook so that they can read it as they're scrolling, neglecting their children.
Well, and also, look, kids just imitate what they see.
Of course.
Yes.
So if you're on your phone the whole time, it's hard to tell a kid to get off the tablet.
Absolutely, man. Apparently, near-death experiences drastically change how people view their careers.
You think so?
Yeah. What do you? It puts their life into perspective. What?
It's not like. I mean, what's the old saying, right? Nobody on their deathbed goes, "I should have worked more."
Right.
Right.
You almost die. Yeah, things are going to change a little bit.
Right. All of a sudden, you start realizing what things are actually like around here. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, good thing we did a study.
That's right. Hey, you know what? We got that out there. Washing machines are believed to be a breeding ground for superbug bacteria, and apparently your detergent is making it worse.
Cool. Really?
It's not cleaning it out enough, or it's just leaving behind a residue it's feeding off of it.
Sometimes the ring on those front loaders will get a little funky.
Oh, absolutely, dude. Absolutely. They got the seal on there, and there's just a nice little gap.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
There's a new study being conducted into the connection between CT scans and cancer cases.
Okay.
Apparently, CT scans are spiking them numbers. Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
So careful when they shove you under there. I don't know, or read the study. I didn't work on it. Like it
I'm
could
just
just
guessing.
be, it could just be like, hey, yeah, it's finding cancers.
Right. Just spitball.
Yeah,
It's
you
killing
know,
you.
you never know.
Could be wrong.
56% of people would shave years off of their life to add it to their pets.
What? Oh,
No, you ain't getting that deal, dude.
I mean, I love
Nah.
my pet, but
Look.
you go into it with a certain mindset.
Did you make a steak for your dog every night? No, you make it for you. Look, there's certain things, man. Come on.
Well, and like
Come
we've
on.
said before, we don't know how long we've got, so you're shaving years off of your life, yeah, but you might die next year. So give my
I
next...
think the dog's like, thanks a lot for 1 year.
exactly.
Yeah. Now your dog's just hanging in your house with you dead.
Well, I mean, like I said, most people go into getting pets where it's like, I plan to outlive this pet.
Correct.
That is my goal.
It's the crummy part of owning a pet.
Sure.
Yeah,
Look.
I mean, what do you want your dog to outlive you?
Exactly. Like I
That's-
love...
You know what? That's kind of weird. That's kind of the dilemma my uncle's in right now.
Oh, really?
So he is 74.
All right.
Just bought a parrot.
He just put his dog. He just put his dog. Yeah, right. He just put his dog down, and he's like, man, he's like,
What, he wants to get another dog?
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
What do I
like
do?
what? Yeah,
Do you have another 15 years in
right?
you?
You're like, can I don't leave this guy?
I mean, I know I said that, but I think in cases like that, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
Somebody will take that dog.
I agree with you. That's what I said.
Or, there is senior dogs that need homes.
That's a fact.
There's like senior dog centers.
Absolutely.
Maybe he needs a senior dog like him.
That's right.
Somebody nice and easy. Just wants to
Right.
hang
You
with
just,
somebody.
I mean,
Just
look,
need some love.
I thought about it for a while. You just got to know when you get a senior dog, the bonus is probably house trained and this and that. Negative side, you don't go have this guy for about 3 or 4 years.
And medical bills too. Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, a lot of them, there's one in this area that I really looked at. They pay all the medical bills.
Really? Oh, really?
They just need people to take in some of these old ass dogs. They
Is
don't
it called old ass dog?
They don't
Old
say
ass
it that
dog.
way.
All right.
Hey, this dog.
Check out this old ass dog right here.
You know what? You might like this one. He's old as dirt.
He's sweet, but he's an old-ass dog.
Yeah. He's potty trained. You just got to drag him out.
Sometimes he gets the squirts. Other than that, it's always outside.
It is Cinco de Mayo, and while a lot of people are going out and having a great old time, I recommend anybody grab themselves a nice tub of Men's Room Roasted Red Salsa from San Juan Salsa Company.
Ooh. Drink responsibly.
But it's also a great excuse to drink, and it's not just beer that you're drinking, you're also drinking cocktails, so let's have some fun.
The Men's Room Top 10. The Men's Room Top 10.
10 or more great cocktail recipes you should know. Can we stop getting so fancy with all the pomp and circumstance of a smoked Manhattan or a Bloody Mary with a whole cheeseburger, a basket of curly fries, and a chocolate malt all balanced precariously atop what I can only describe personally as swill? Here's how to make the perfect spirit. Find a bottle of whiskey, 90 proof or higher. Procure a double rocks glass, or as far as I care, a red Solo cup. Open said bottle of jet fuel. Pour, sit, sip. Now leave me alone.
All right.
Perfect cocktail.
But in case you want to get just a little bit fancier than our boy VD, these are 10 cocktail recipes that you should know. So let's start with a classic, the whiskey sour. I'm going to put you guys to the test. How do you make a whiskey sour? What does it take?
Whiskey sour
sours, and pineapple juice.
10 and a guesses. Whiskey sour.
A whiskey sour is whiskey, sour mix, and
I'll say lime juice.
And orange.
So you guys are all kind of dancing around it. It is 2 shots of whiskey. You get lemon juice in there, or you can do some sort of a citrus, and then simple syrup with a orange or lemon peel.
Okay.
And a
Simple
cocktail
syrup,
syrup.
yeah. Does anybody when we worked at bars, restaurants, they always had that sweet and sour mix. Does anybody even use that anymore?
I mean,
Sweet and sour mix.
Remember
Oh,
the
yeah,
orange
yeah. I know what you're talking
stuff?
about.
But I
don't
never
see
worked
it
at a
much.
bar that had simple, that we made our own simple syrup.
Oh, we used to make, we made it for the bar, yeah.
All right.
How about your standard margarita? What if you're at the bar? What's on the ingredient
Margarita
list?
mix, tequila, and salt, and lemon or lime.
Well, you got to make one from scratch. You can't use a
Exactly.
mix.
Okay,
Exactly.
so tequila,
So again, I would say tequila,
lime juice.
simple syrup, some type of a squirt of lime, shaken.
So you got tequila. They go triple sec or Cointreau, and lime juice.
Yeah, that's why I don't make drinks,
And
man.
margarita. How about the mojito? Anybody here know the ingredients for a mojito?
Mint,
Fresh mint is on the list.
Gin.
vodka.
No. Is mojito rum?
It is white rum.
Oh,
Very good.
get
yeah.
out of here.
Then you just need lime juice, sugar, and sparkling water or club
They
soda.
are delicious.
Yeah.
I haven't had a mojito, but
I
it
had
does
a few
sound
in
great.
Mexico.
I don't like to make my bartender muddle. I feel like it's too much, I feel like it's too much work.
You got to use judgment, right? So if you're sitting down to a dinner at a restaurant, order the mojito, right? Like that bartender knows. He knows he works mainly in a restaurant, right?
Yeah.
I think also you could order them at a bar. But if you're at a bar and it's a Friday or Saturday evening and it's very crowded,
come on.
that's
I
not
don't-
the time to start ordering mojitos.
I don't want to be the person that orders the Bloody Mary after 3 o'clock.
Correct.
I feel
Especially
that
when
way
you're
like
at just a bar.
I feel like that's the mojito.
Yeah. Here you
Bloody-
go.
I will tell you this, though. I'd much rather make a Bloody Mary than a mojito when it's busy.
Yeah, that's true.
Because a lot of times, most bars are just going to be vodka and mix.
Here's one for you, Miles. The gin and tonic.
Ooh. I'm going to say gin and tonic.
My God, Miles, you got it right. Well done. These are cocktail recipes that you should know. A daiquiri. What all goes into a daiquiri?
All right, so rum,
Yep.
strawberry preserves. Oh,
So-
you didn't say strawberry daiquiri. My bad.
No.
But it counts. I get it.
You're already
It's,
doing
it's
better
all
than
different
me.
flavors and what. I've only ever had strawberry daiquiris myself.
So again, I would say that sweet and sour mix, or maybe they'll say simple syrup.
Simple syrup and lime juice.
And
Yes.
lime juice,
Yeah.
okay.
So I think that's your standard daiquiri. It doesn't seem too far off from a margarita. How about the Moscow Mule? Anybody know how to make a Moscow Mule?
This I know.
What you got?
Vodka?
Ginger beer,
Yeah.
a squirt of lime.
Lime juice. Very good, Ted. You made it.
I love Moscow Mules.
And you need that copper cup.
Yes,
You do.
That's all I know.
Is there any real reason why the copper cup needs to be in there other than it's just the drink?
So I do know. I don't know positive about the copper cup, but nobody drank vodka back in the day because of Russians.
Sure.
Right? It was always Russia's the enemy. So Smirnoff, when that guy was trying to get people to drink it, he's sitting in this bar one night. This is like in the 20s or 30s. And him and the bartender start messing around. And that's the one drink they came up with.
They called it the Moscow
I know.
Mule.
Why would you do
And they
that?
put it in a copper
Wouldn't you call
cup.
it like the Egyptian surprise or something?
Well, also, people just didn't drink vodka. It was considered, I mean, look,
Right.
you want to know the truth, it was considered like a lady drink. No man would be caught dead.
Sure, you drink whiskey.
You drink whiskey, you drink gin.
Moonshine, yeah.
And then they said, all right, we want them to know it's vodka, call it the Moscow Mule, and that's kind of where it takes off.
Okay. Anybody know the ingredients to a Tom Collins? That's one I've only ever heard. But I know
heard the name.
And I know that you can get a Tom Collins
is it
mix.
gin?
It is gin. Good job, Miles.
Okay.
3 more ingredients.
Is it soda?
Soda water. You got 2 more ingredients.
Is it lemon?
Lemon. You got 1 more.
Pineapple?
Sweet vermouth.
Simple syrup.
Back to that.
Sweeten it out a little bit with some simple syrup. Again, these are classic cocktail recipes that you should know.
Tom Collins.
The Tom Collins. The gin fizz. Anybody know how to make the gin fizz?
No.
5 ingredients in the gin fizz.
Well, there's gin.
There's gin for
There's
one.
tonic.
Soda water. Yep,
Soda
that's
water.
another one.
I'll go simple syrup again.
That's another one.
Lemon
you got
juice.
2 more. Lemon juice. 1 more. And I don't know that you guys are going to get it. I think it's what brings out the fizz. It is something that's not a drink.
Pop rocks.
Alka-Seltzer.
Egg white.
Egg white. Okay.
Throw some egg white
That
in
brings
there.
out the fizz?
I guess.
Oh,
Huh.
yeah. It's like having a Pisco sour.
Right. How about a Cosmo? How does one make a Cosmo?
Ask the drunk lady next to you.
Yeah.
She still thinks Sex of the City's on TV.
Damn right. 4 ingredients in the standard Cosmo.
All right. Vodka,
1,
cranberry juice,
2,
a little bit of lime.
3.
What else would
And then there's the wild card. The
Pineapple?
Cointreau.
Okay.
Some expensive stuff. One of my favorites, the Paloma. I've been really getting into Palomas these days. Shut
Tequila.
up. Tequila. Hang on, I gotta scroll
Right?
on
Is it
down
Paloma
here.
tequila?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. I just gotta scroll down to the
My
diet.
favorites just don't know what's in it. Just pound them down.
What is in a Paloma cocktail?
That's a good drink.
Come on, you.
I thought
There
it
you
was-
go.
Is it tequila?
Tequila is one thing. Yeah, we need 6 ingredients here.
So tequila,
Yep.
Lime.
seltz. What's that?
Yep, lime.
Lime, seltzer.
Seltzer. Soda water. Yep.
Mint.
Mint. No.
No, you need like an orange,
Or grapefruit. Yep.
and then I don't know, grapefruit juice,
Simple syrup.
simple syrup.
That does sound good.
Everything. It's fantastic. Especially when it's nice outside. How about
Dude, I will tell you this: Texas, they like tequila so much. I've had a Paloma at a Texas football game.
Ooh.
Took
I
a little
like it.
hunt. Yeah, it took a little hunting around to find that stand, but we found it.
Classic cocktail recipes that you should know. The Aperol Spritz, Ted.
God, I hate them. My buddies love them.
What you got?
I guess Aperol.
That's 1. There's 2 more ingredients.
Gin, soda water.
Soda water, specifically not tonic water.
Soda water. Right, because tonic water is a different flavor, and then you float oranges on it, right?
We got one more liquid that's in there. Very fancy.
Apple cider.
What is that? Just tell me.
Sparkling wine. Prosecco, champagne, whichever it is.
I'm convinced people like drinking them because it comes in the wine glass. It looks awesome. I just think Aperol tastes like ass.
And then I'll leave you guys with this one, the last classic cocktail recipe that you should know. The classic. I don't like it. Pina colada. What's all in the pina colada?
Pineapple juice.
Pineapple juice 1.
Coconut.
Rum at 2. Coconut 3. You got 3 more ingredients.
Half and half.
Not half and half, no.
Simple syrup.
Not simple syrup. Nope, you got ice that they put in there because they're going to do it blended. You got frozen pineapple because, again, you're going to blend it so that you get all that flavor. And then just a little bit of lime juice.
I think a pina colada has to be frozen. Like a
Yes, you're
daiquiri,
right.
you can have on the rocks, but I think pina colada has to be frozen.
Yep, I think you're right. It's got to be blended. A man in Oregon attempted to walk up with someone's 2-year-old in a stroller and got exactly what he had coming to him.
How did that work out?
I'll tell you all about it at 5:50.
Thank you, sir. Headlines are coming to 5:50. In the meantime, we made it to drinking time.
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the men's room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Big time it is, as usual. We head to the drink desk and Steve Thrill Hill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. And today we toast Ms. Daiuna Xing of the Nanning Zoo in China. Any guesses on what kind of animal Daiuna Xing is?
Where's it, China?
In China.
Oh, it's a panda.
So close. She's a gorilla. And she is well-known figure to zoogoers there and social media users in China due to her playful behavior. And they say a delightful day at the zoo took a sudden and unexpected turn. The massive primate, famed for his playful antics of tossing flowers and turf at visitors at Nanning Zoo, he shocked onlookers when instead of flowers, he picked up a large rock. and began running around his enclosure with it, and then throwing it, and hitting the brother in the head and taking him down.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. Now, it turns out that the injured tourist was treated and returned to his hotel, so apparently not bad of an accident there, but they say the origin of the rock remains a mystery and is currently under investigation. They have a video of it out there, and normally it'll throw flowers and people ooh and ah, and they have the cameras. This thing picks up a big-ass rock. Looks like it's going crazy, but they're still there just taking pictures, and it throws this thing into the crowd. Hits this dude straight on the head.
Take that, dude.
Yeah, exactly. So we pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy.
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola bichola.
Let's get a contestant on the line now for Profile This. 206-803-ROCK. Profile This is next.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With non-stop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, there are great connection options to several European cities. Whether it's the romantic streets of Paris or the stunning beaches of Barcelona, Condor will start your vacation and make it even more memorable by offering comfortable and spacious cabins where you can sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive. Most of you aren't just listening right now. You're driving, cleaning, and even exercising. But what if you could be saving money by switching to Progressive? Drivers who save by switching save nearly $750 on average. And auto customers qualify for an average of 7 discounts. Multitask right now. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $744 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2022 and May 2023. Potential savings will vary. Discounts not available in all states and situations.
Hate doing cardio? Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth for a healthier heart, for a healthier you. Smile Generation. Trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you, committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today and live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed.
Oh, this Bosch miter saw really is smooth.
Feeling smooth.
Who said that?
It's your inner Bosch, baby. I'm that scoobity-bebop smooth feeling you get when you make smooth cuts with that moobity-mibbity-mibbity-mubbity-miter saw.
So I'll just keep ski-bop sawing then?
Now you're getting it. Beep-bop-beep-bop, wow, miter saw is my favorite.
The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a Bosch.
You don't just live in your home. You live in your neighborhood as well. So when you're shopping for a home, you want to know as much about the area around it as possible. Luckily, Homes.com has got you covered. Each listing features a comprehensive neighborhood guide from local experts. Everything you'd ever want to know about a neighborhood, including the number of homes for sale, transportation, local amenities, cultural attractions, unique qualities, and even things like median lot size and a noise score. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive. Most of you aren't just listening right now. You're driving, cleaning, and even exercising. But what if you could be saving money by switching to Progressive? Drivers who save by switching save nearly $750 on average. And auto customers qualify for an average of 7 discounts. Multitask right now. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $744 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2022 and May 2023. Potential savings will vary. Discounts not available in all states and situations.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With non-stop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, there are great connection options to several cities. Whether it's the romantic streets of Paris or the stunning beaches of Barcelona, Condor will start your vacation by offering comfortable and spacious cabins. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
Hate doing cardio? Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth for a healthier heart, for a healthier you. Smile Generation. Trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection, because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you, committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today and live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed.
The Men's Room presents Profile This.
Hey, Stephen Thrillhill, could you please tell everyone how Profile This is played?
I sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story, something that happened right here on planet Earth. Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Hello, Suzanne. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hi.
Hola. All right, Suzanne, you understand?
Can I give a shout-out to the Daily Mix Show for the Sunrise email? It was amazing.
Oh, yeah, you
awesome.
went.
Nice.
Did you bring a dog or kids or both?
Nope, I brought a homemade I Beat Mix shirt with my 3-in-1 on it. 3 wins, 1 loss.
All right, well, good for you, man. Glad you had a good time. Well, listen, you understand how this here game is played?
I sure do.
All right, you have your choice today of one of 3 categories. Today, we offer you the wonderful world of drugs. We have animalized this. In other words, you guess the animal responsible for causing the problem. And finally, license to spill, where you guess the substance responsible for creating the mess.
I'm going to have to go with drugs.
All right, Suzanne, here is your drug-related story. We go to Pennsylvania, where a Lancaster man is facing multiple charges after police say he burglarized a church while completely naked. 34-year-old Corey Calderwood, he was arrested on multiple charges, including burglary, indecent exposure, possession of a controlled substance, and drug paraphernalia following the incident. Now, they say that officers responded to the church on reports of an active burglary around 11:36 a.m. This is in the morning. Now, officials on the scene, they located him as he was seen breaking into the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints while completely nude and under the influence, again, at 11:30 in the morning. Now, he remains in prison awaiting his preliminary hearing, but the question is, what drug was this man on that at 11:30 a.m. he got naked and tried to break into a church? Was he on crack? Was he on fentanyl? Was he on meth? Or was he on shrooms? So crack, fentanyl, meth, or shrooms?
Oh, that's a tough one. What do you guys think?
Suzanne, I'm going to go shrooms.
Did you say what day of the week it was through?
Let me check. I don't. Let me do a quick math in my head. It was a week ago today or a week ago Sunday.
I think he's on shrooms.
Shrooms as well. Okay. All right, Suzanne, what are you thinking?
All right. I'm thinking meth, but I think you guys might be right, but just to be different, I'm going to go with meth.
You're going to go with that.
Just to be
Okay.
different.
Fine. What was this guy on when he was naked in the church? Crack, fentanyl, meth, or shrooms? We'll find out next.
That was a tease.
You are listening to the Men.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive. Most of you aren't just listening right now. You're driving, cleaning, and even exercising. But what if you could be saving money by switching to Progressive? Drivers who save by switching save nearly $750 on average. And auto customers qualify for an average of 7 discounts. Multitask right now. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $744 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2022 and May 2023. Potential savings will vary. Discounts not available in all states and situations.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With non-stop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, there are great connection options to several European cities. Whether it's the romantic streets of Paris or the stunning beaches of Barcelona, Condor will start your vacation and make it even more memorable by offering comfortable and spacious cabins where you can sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
Hate doing cardio? Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth. for a healthier heart, for a healthier you. Smile Generation trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection, because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today and live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed.
Very drugs on profile. This got a PA man. He's facing charges after breaking into a church while naked at 11:30 in the morning. He was on drugs. Question is, was he on crack, fentanyl, meth, or mushrooms?
And Suzanne, that's the very question we posed to you. Let us start with D. Ted Smith and Miles Montgomery.
Oh.
With Shroom. Yeah. No, it kind of makes sense in its own way. It was not shrooms. And Suzanne, you said just to be different, you're going to go with meth.
Okay.
And there you go.
Nice
you
job.
are correct.
I just figured maybe
Yay for meth.
grew up religious and was tripping so bad. He said, I got to get back to church.
That would have been my thought.
Hooray, meth.
Yeah. You don't hear a lot of cheering for meth, but Suzanne, she's got meth's back.
Positive meth story.
I mean, you do.
What?
It's got to be in those circles.
Oh.
Yeah, you got the meth.
You're right.
Woo! Now for all TV news all the time, it's time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
All right, your choices today. You got the Jimmies.
Fallon and Kimmel.
Seth Meyers. Bill Maher. Weekend Update. Colbert.
Steven.
Ted Smith.
Is it Ted or is it late night?
It is right through the title of gas, teams and towns and writers help them come up with monologues each and every night. It is up to you to determine, is this an actual late-night joke and from whom, or could it be a The Ted Smith original?
A Chihuahua named Pearl has been named the world's smallest dog and has... A Chihuahua named Pearl, who has been named the world's smallest dog, has been declared at just 3 inches tall. Pearl is so small, I couldn't even see her over the front of my lawnmower.
Ow. SNL. Weekend Update.
Yeah, Weekend Update.
Miles Montgomery.
A Chihuahua named Pearl, who is just over 3 inches tall, has been declared the world's smallest dog. Pearl is so small, I couldn't even see her in front of my lawnmower.
If you read the headline like I did of why Meghan Markle reveals why her and Prince Harry call each other H&M, don't get your hopes up. Yes, it could be a fantastic royal tradition that dates back to the days of King Henry VIII, but it's not. It's because their names start with M and H.
Yep. Bill Maher.
Ted Smith.
That is Bill Maher.
If you read the headline like I did that said, Meghan Markle reveals why she and Prince Harry call each other M and H, don't get your hopes up. Yes, it could be because there's a fascinating royal tradition that dates back to the days of King Henry VIII, but it's not. It's because their names start with M and H.
Some food news. In the South, a high percentage of restaurants have been lying to their customers and saying they're serving Gulf Coast shrimp that are, in fact, shrimp flown in from other places around the world. Mm-hmm. The company that did the shrimp testing has called the restaurant owner shellfish.
Yes, you. That's you.
Yeah, that's me.
Do you really care? I mean,
Yes.
I know it's a false sell. But ultimately, I just wanted that style of cooking, like as far as how it's seasoned.
I think their point is, like, I don't think the customers care in the sense of it was still good, but you're effing over the actual shrimp fishermen.
Oh, you're
in
undercutting.
the air, right? Okay, you're not.
There
selling
is
the product.
There is restaurants in the Baltimore area now that will put an insignia on their menu that tells you if those crabs are from the Chesapeake Bay or not.
Yeah,
there's a lot of them, which is fine. You can get blue crabs other places, but I'm the same way. If I'm in the Gulf Coast area and you say you have Gulf Coast shrimp, I want Gulf Coast shrimp.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want shrimp from Japan.
What if you could get Gulf Coast shrimp in Japan?
I don't know what Gulfs they have over there. The sex trafficking trial of Sean Combs begins in New York, and just like his parties, I'm only going there to watch.
SNL.
Yeah.
The sex trafficking trial of Sean Combs begins in New York, and just like his parties, I'm only going there to watch.
A lot of different sports on this time of year. Obviously, we had the Kentucky Derby.
Yep.
Which is good. I was going to say, I placed a little bet on that myself. Did not go well.
It's amazing how many of these races end up running in the rain. And I've been to Preakness 3 times. It rained twice. Just seems like for whatever reason on the weekend
pretty
when
ugly.
they're running these races, it doesn't matter what it is. It always seems like you got horses that run in rain, crap track, the whole deal, slow.
Yeah, right. And they do run in the rain,
do.
which is good. So you had that going on. There was some good basketball. There was some good hockey on. But Friday night when we left work, I ran over to the University of Washington. Wanted to see the Dogs After Dark.
All right.
Right, their spring game. Now, listen, anybody can tell you a spring game is just a glorified scrimmage, right? But A, it's good to go in the stadium. Just kind of like, oh, look at us at a football game. B, just shout out to the football department. Online, they had football players showing up at sororities and everything else, encouraging all the girls from the sorority to come out to the game. There was a lot of recruits on campus, so I thought that was a great idea. And then the game itself was pretty good. You see some of the guys, the running back, he shed a lot of weight. He looks great. But, Miles, do you know what they did at halftime of the spring game?
Tell me that like Frisbee dog or something crazy.
Better.
What's that?
Corgi races.
Oh, okay, cool.
All right.
Now, you might think that's for the children. We got very involved, all right? They had 2 heats and then a final. And it's like, and I was wearing my banana hat.
All right.
There was a dog called Banana. Thought it was true invention or divine invention. Whatever. Didn't help him. Banana still lost. I think it was Gigi was the big winner of the weekend.
Gigi.
Okay.
But I mean, it's just me and my 2 buddies, 3 grown adults, and we're pulling out dollar bills, going ape-ass over this.
They have odds up, like if these guys run at Emerald Downs, they're the same dogs that do that. I mean,
So
here's
here's
the same crew, so to speak.
And by the way, shout out to Super Sam DJing. So that's the thing. Gigi, when Super Sam announced Gigi, I'm pretty sure Gigi already has a victory at Emerald Downs.
Okay, all right. So you kind of have an idea who's the veteran.
Yeah.
The crafty veteran of the corgi.
Correct. And the other thing is you forget, too, is they're dogs. And it's a good little distance they're running. So sometimes they just got to run off course. And you got to get them back there. But I don't know why. I just think you should have that stuff all the time. Like in the NBA, they always have that red panda lady that's like on the unicycle balancing stuff. Like, I don't know. Those halftime acts are good. And like, Mike, I know we've looked at the corgi races down at Emerald Downs, but seeing them in person, man, pretty exciting stuff.
How was the offense? Anybody throw anything good? I mean,
Well, I would also say credit to Husky fans. Like, when I drove over there after work, there was a bitch getting into the stadium. And then, I was shocked when I got to E1. I had to park a little farther away. We had a quick little tailgate. But, people showed up, which is good for the program.
Cool. Yeah.
You got good momentum going. So it looked awesome. It was, the weather was nice. It didn't get chilly till later in the night.
Right.
So, thought it was pretty cool. And just, like I said, my buddy put it best when we were walking in there. My one friend, he likes sports, but he's not as much into football as we are. And he's like, what's the point? I said, well, the main point of the spring game is that you get to practice.
Yeah.
Now, the spring game is fun if you play defense because the whole spring you've been playing an upgraded version of two-hand touch.
Sure.
Now, in the spring game, outside of the quarterback, the coach says, all right, you can hit him. So, A, that's fun. And then B, it's just kind of a D-measuring contest.
Sure, of course.
To see how many fans. And I said this when we were walking in very loudly. It's like, look, it's like University of Washington is never going to sell out a spring game, right? But this is Seattle, right? Yeah. It's a Friday afternoon. There's other stuff to do. When you live in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, you can get 80,000 people there. What are they going to do? Go to the pro game?
No.
What
are they going to do? Go anywhere?
Right. What do they got to sit at home and watch their baseball team? No. So, right. So, you're never going to get that kind of turnout.
Go Stallions.
I mean, you know what? You're right. Maybe they were watching a UFL game. So, but no, I thought it was a good turnout. And just like I said, just a lot of fun.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, you got to, it's not just the kids getting ready for football season. You got to practice your tailgate skills, too.
You'd be surprised. Birmingham biscuits do well. They do put people because there's nothing else.
Correct.
Down there. There really isn't.
That's we were talking to somebody yesterday from
Montgomery biscuits, sorry.
From Iowa. And I was telling them there's an IndyCar race in Iowa every year that this guy that owns these grocery stores or whatever puts on. And he brings in massive musical acts, right? I kept saying, last year I want to say Friday night was Ed Sheeran and Saturday night was Luke Combs.
All right.
And then you had the race on Sunday. So it's and I saw an interview with him. He's like, well, it's Iowa. We don't have a pro team.
Right.
So he's like, I want to bring that pro sports excitement to Iowa.
All right.
And that's
Good
what
on
you
him,
get.
man. Good on him.
Playoff hockey, though. I watched the playoff basketball But Game 7's of hockey is just better.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, when I got home yesterday, I could care less about Winnipeg Jets. But they scored a goal to tie that game against the Blues with 1.7 seconds left. Then you go to 2 overtimes and they win. And I'm just like, this is what you want in sports. This is the drama you love.
Also, not a big city. So I always kind of pull for the little guys.
I'll be dead honest with you. I should have looked it up because now I'm on the air sounding like an idiot. I know nothing about Winnipeg. I couldn't tell you what province it's in.
Alberta.
Okay.
I think.
All righty.
So it's like the center of the country?
You. I think.
Yeah, I know. I mean, they're our neighbors. They're right there.
It's north. I know that.
Yeah. I just, I know Vancouver's on our side. I know where Montreal is and Toronto, but I was just like, Winnipeg. I have no idea. It's like, good for them.
Yeah.
I was happy for them. And
I bet it's cold there.
Yeah. But no, you have all that stuff going on. There was some free UFC fights on. So just, again, not football, but a good weekend of random sports. Like Thrill and I were talking about, you had big boxing matches. Even though the
I heard that fight was terrible.
I heard that fight was terrible, too. But it was, listen, that was just a way, they just needed to set up. They had Bud Crawford there. That's just a way to get Canelo to fight Crawford, which they will do on the next traditional Giant weekend, September 5th.
You guys were close without being close. Winnipeg is in Manitoba, Canada, which
Damn
is
it.
basically on the line between North Dakota and Minnesota.
Oh, okay.
All right, so they're a little closer to us.
From Alberta? No? Alberta's right next to British Columbia.
I have no idea.
That's right. There's Alberta and Saskatchewan that I got to go through before you get to Manitoba.
All right. I guess I don't know. All right, let's get into some shows. The White Lotus.
All right.
Everybody loves it. There's been some drama going on. Basically with Amy Lou Wood and then Walter Goggins.
Okay.
Now, there's reports they don't like each other, this and that. I guess they were friends, but they're the big love interest in the show.
Oh.
Well, Jason Isaac posted an Instagram picture of himself. He's on the show as well, of him kissing Walter Goggins on the head. So they ran into each other in a flight. He said, quote, "Hey, all you genius online sleuths, see any beef?" And they just kind of make the issue here. It's like, nobody thinks you have beef with him, dude. They think there's an argument between him and Amy Lou Wood. Right, and look, in a recent interview, they asked Goggins about it, and he just said, quote, "I'm not going to have that conversation." I guess his publicist intervened. It came back up, so there's no conversation to be had about that. Like, I'm not talking about it.
Right.
So, if there is a rift there, I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
Does it?
Like,
right?
were they married? Are they working on
There
something?
is a lot of actors in famous films that we think are great. That absolutely couldn't stand each other.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't see what the big deal is there, but people seem all worked up about it. I know he'll be at the Met Gala. Gala or Gala?
I feel like that when you say gala, because it's so freaking fancy.
Yeah, I say gala.
All right, the Met Gala. The Met Gala Gala.
Yeah.
Gala Gala.
It's the Super Bowl of fashion,
I guess.
which Mike reminds me every year, as I always forget when it's going to happen. So I'm sorry, Mike.
You got to watch one, you got to watch the other, dude. Are you a big fan or not?
I guess in the world of fashion, I'm not the biggest fan.
You best be dressed to the nines this year, dude. No more sweatpants.
Is that what it's about? Is it about? I know everyone shows up looking stupid, but
Pretty
I mean,
much.
is that what's going on inside as well, or do they just show up looking?
I think
like
it's just.
idiots?
I mean, it is a benefit for the Metropolitan Museum of Art.
Okay, but I mean, like, is there a I do know that when it's like the red carpet, right? Everyone's dressed to the nines, although not ridiculous like this, but when they go in, it's for something else.
I think it's also to kind of showcase the art of fashion.
Okay.
So
All
that's why
Like
they
this
tend
one-
to be just outrageously dressed because
Then that makes more sense
they're
to
a
me.
walking art piece, essentially, is what they are.
Okay, I gotcha.
Correct. Like if you've ever wanted to wear cowboy boots and a skirt, this is your event.
You've struck a chord to me. Yes.
Okay. Oh, I think Aesop or Rocky.
Precisely, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. Who knows what you do at home? I'm just saying, if you wanted to, the Met Gala,
That's the place.
Soon as Steve gets off work, he goes home, man. He grabs his hot red cowboy boots and his nice skirt.
And
throws
walks
it
the
right
dog.
on. That's right. Right around the corner.
Well, I think it'd be better with combat boots, which I know he already owns. Yeah. I don't know what color his skirts are, though.
You go full Scottish with that, too. Just the skirt.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you
It's
can't
not
wear it.
around my waist. And I walk on my hands, yeah.
Look at it.
The nose on that guy.
He wears his skirt all gangster, just down low.
Yeah, and then like the traditional thing that happened, right? 'Cause- and you get a bunch of people from actors, right, to actual like fashion people, to like just popular people at the time, right?
Yeah.
Like there's no way, like Miles, who's the comedian, like from SNL, he was dating all the hot chicks.
Pete Davidson. It's not that I don't like him. I just thought on the show itself, he just played Pete Davidson. That's all I said.
Correct, and he did have funny stuff on there. He's not on there, but like right when he was in the middle of, I'd say, his best heater. Like, he was on there. I mean, to hit Pete Davidson's credit, I saw him on commercials all weekend. Me and my buddy were like, what's he doing now?
Yeah, what
I'm
is
like,
it,
I'm sure
Verizon or something?
Well, he's still a touring comedian, but right, whenever you have those commercials for those massive brands, like, he must still be that popular. And then we had a 10-minute conversation about his junk.
Huge.
Well, it's got to be.
I think they've said that it is. I think he's packing heat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, even if they're lying,
Maybe
he's
that's how
not
he
going
gets-
to tell you different.
Maybe that's how he gets hired.
I
I'm
like
a man with large penis.
It's why he's such a nice guy. You know, just laid back, doesn't care about much. He's fine.
Yeah. Just nobody starts that rumor about me, which I wish they would.
Ted with a huge penis, thank you so much.
You know what?
There it is.
Thank you.
Mike's got your headlines coming up. You're listening to the Men's Room.
With Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. In just 2 days, police in Washington nabbed 2 dummies riding shotgun in separate cars. Meanwhile, when you shoot your DoorDash driver, do not expect a review of 5 stars. Not shocking as tons of people rush to help half-naked women on sinking boat.
What?
A would-be kidnapper in Portland gets punched by kid's mom in the throat. And to India, where a bull stole a guy's scooter and then crashed it. It is time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my car.
All right, our top story. We go to Portland, Oregon, where child abduction is met with swift justice. A local woman was loading up her 2-year-old daughter to take her to preschool early in the morning when she left her when she left her in her stroller for just a minute as she collected a couple more things from the house. She tells local media that she was inside for just a minute before running back outside to the horrifying sight of her daughter no longer there. Luckily, she was able to look down the street to see a man pushing her stroller down the sidewalk, and she gave chase, shouting, "My baby, my baby." She quickly caught up with the man, grabbed the stroller, and punched him square in the face, informing him that she was calling the authorities. Police arrived, but he had fled the scene. Officers were not able to track him down, nor get any camera footage of the man to attempt to track him down. They say that he's still at large. The fact that he was just casually strolling down that sidewalk with a baby, and the fact, I love that she caught up to him and just, no question, just bam, right in the face.
She looked exactly as I pictured when I read the story.
Yes. Why would you mess with
I'm
that
going to
woman?
reach one conclusion about this, and I clicked on the story and said, yep, that is exactly.
That's the one.
This ended quickly.
Yeah.
Yes, it did. It ended very, very quickly. So,
yeah, I read that story, and I'm like, I already know it's, yep.
Good on her. Like, I'm not a parent, but I just know that your kid disappearing out of nowhere is probably the most terrifying
It's the
sight.
worst feeling. Yeah, it's the worst feeling you can have.
Oh, God, man. Good on her for getting her back. In other news to Miami, where the Coast Guard had a wonderful day. What was supposed to be a fun-filled day on the water for 30 bikini-clad influencers turned to disaster when their limited edition Lamborghini yacht began to sink.
They didn't have to do anything. The boats all rushed to their aid.
I know.
They didn't do crap.
It's not detailed that the vessel started taking on water, but there's plenty of documentation as the influencers are snapping. They all snap photos, videos, selfies of the boat going down. Crews in the Coast Guard, as well as a Good Samaritan, were able to swoop in and get everyone off the boat without incident, saving all their prized possessions along with them, such as a MacBook and a nice bottle of Clase Azul tequila.
They were pulling them out like they were bales of cocaine.
Yeah.
I was just like, get on the boat, woman. Get on the boat, woman. Let's put more on here. We'll get as many on as we can.
Get them all.
I just like the video of like some of the girls, like they're still wearing the personal flotation devices.
Yeah.
And then they're all like the rescue boat. They're still like shaking their butts.
Oh, I know. It's endless.
It's Miami.
Right.
I do like the one girl was like, I never get on boats. This is the first time. I will never do it again.
So they're also part of like of an F1 party group crew type thing.
Right, because F1 was in Miami. That's why you have a Ferrari boat with 30
Lamborghini
models.
Yeah, Lamborghini.
Yeah, Lambo boat.
Or Lamborghini.
Well, they obviously don't float very well.
The boat was towed away from the shipping channel by the Coast Guard, and the owner of the $4 million yacht has yet to be reached. They said that there's only a right. I know. I thought the same thing, Miles. Like, your boat just sank. How do you not know where your boat's at?
Right.
And
Oh, the Terry borrowing.
I mean, that's basically what it is.
Right. You'd think it was just too many people on board. Like, I know those yachts are supposed to accommodate a large group of people, and especially one that's worth $4 million. You can assume that it'll do a little bit better than that, but...
It was a yacht, man. I don't think they're supposed to sink.
I think the Coast Guard did something to it.
Yeah.
The Coast Guard did something to it.
Look at all these hot chicks.
Sabotage this boat, man. Let's save them.
I like the idea one of the hotties was just down in the boat messing around. Like, I'm going to press the button.
Just pull the bunghole or something
right. Wonder what this one does.
The bilge pump.
To India, where a video is making the rounds. It's CCTV footage of a local street complete with a bull just wandering down the street, side note. Just walking on. You saw this video, Ted?
Yeah, that bull was out looking for trouble.
Damn right he was. The bull becomes interested in a motorized scooter that's parked on the sidewalk, and he decides to have himself a ride. The bull mounts the scooter and plows it directly into the street, eventually coming to a crashing stop in a nearby gate.
So he does drive like a bull.
Yes, he does. The video has since made the rounds online, with the comment section having some fun with the curious bovine. That was a fun video.
I will say the best animal driver I've seen is the orangutan in a golf cart.
Oh, hell yeah. Just having his arm out there.
Easily best animal driver out there.
He looks like John Daly out there.
Does, right?
Exactly. Just chilling. He needs a fruity cocktail out there with him, man.
He does.
All right, man, we're out here on the night.
Would you get into a golf cart driven by an orangutan?
If he kept it on the track, you damn right I would.
After watching that orangutan, yes.
To me, orangutans are the most docile of the apes. So I would 100% be on there. Like, I know I'm wrong. It would still kick my ass, but still, like, all right, let's go.
That was your shuttle back to the room. You know, all right, brother.
All right.
Room 320. Can you
got it, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm going to let you guys take this shuttle.
You're not going to have the orangutan.
No. Gotcha.
Even if he's just like,
what are the chances it's, now? That's a very specific orangutan.
But just in case those stories left a bad taste in your mouth.
Thankfully, there's good news.
Over to the UK, where there are no late fees. The University Library of Oxford's Lady Margaret Hall received a package in the mail that was long overdue. The package contained 3 books and an apology letter from the student that had checked them out 20 years ago. Turns out that our student had been going through some old boxes when they came across the books and merely asked the library to forgive them for the late return. Libraries happy to have the books back, saying, better 20 years late than never.
And also, we didn't know that they were missing.
Right.
That's really what every library should say when you bring it back after that long.
Send a year's worth of hey, bring the books back, and then it's like, all right, they're gone.
We're done. Yeah.
Not going to happen. They're just gone. Men's Room Sports. Gotta love when wildlife gets involved with sports. The minor league affiliate of the St. Louis Cardinals had to delay the game in the 4th inning to accommodate a couple of ducks that wanted to get a better view of the action. They landed out in the outfield and strutted about the area as crews attempted to coax them into relocating. One of the 2 flew off, but the other insisted on just hanging around, eventually waddling through an open gate that was opened by crews to the cheers of the crowd.
He's fine. Love the sound of the crowd, man. I can't help it. It's addicting.
I'll be here all night. Locally here, the Mariners had another great showing over the weekend, beating the Rangers 2-1 in the series, marking their 8th straight series win.
Let's go.
And extending their lead in the division by 2 games, and they've got the opportunity to make the gap even bigger as they go into Sacramento to take on the 2nd-place Athletics.
That's right, I forgot. You're like, Sacramento.
That sounds so weird.
That Sac A's. I looked up like,
I'm hearing
the A's, dude.
Everybody on the radio saying that they're heading to Sacramento. I'm like, who in the hell are they playing?
What are they doing?
Oh,
right.
Yeah. I'm still not holding my breath. I'm waiting until July.
Probably a pretty cool place to see a game. I mean,
Yeah,
based on
right?
the size of the stadium and everything else, I mean, you're seeing Major League Baseball.
Hell yeah, dude. That game will be over on Root later on tonight. You've also got playoff basketball on TNT and True TV, as well as some playoff hockey over on ESPN. As far as your weather, a decently clear night, dropping temperatures down to the mid-40s overnight. Tomorrow, we've got another nice day to look forward to. Mostly sunny skies and the highs right in the mid-70s. And that is it for your headlines. With that, Mike Hawkins out.
Thanks, sir. We appreciate it. We'll do some big smashes from the 90s tomorrow with Sit and Spin. Lovely Jolene's coming up next.
Yes, indeed. It's all true. But in the meantime, well, we be all about this bitch. So until tomorrow, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network.
Oh, man!
A Double Flush production.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With non-stop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, there are great connection options to several European cities. Whether it's the romantic streets of Paris or the stunning beaches of Barcelona, Condor will start your vacation and make it even more memorable by offering comfortable and spacious cabins where you can sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
Hate doing cardio? Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth for a healthier heart, for a healthier you. Smile Generation. Trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection, because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you, committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today. And live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed.
This Bosch 2-in-1 impact driver rules.
Oh, yeah!
That couldn't have been
Macho Man Randy Savage indeed, yeah. A.K.A. You're in a Bosch. I'm a macho manifestation of that feeling you get when you use that 2-in-1 impact driver.
Oh, yeah?
Nah, say it with your chest, brother. Oh, yeah!
Oh, yeah!
Well, we'll work on that.
The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a
Bosch.
Auto insurance rates are on the rise, which is why you should call Vern Fonk Insurance. Vern Fonk could save you up to 20% on your auto insurance. The pros at Vern Fonk will do all the work, comparing different plans to find you the best options. And they can insure you over the phone. One call to Vern Fonk could save you up to 20%. Call 206-408-5094. 206-408-5094.
Remember to honk when you drive by Vern Fonk.
Restrictions apply based on a Q3 2023 study of Vern Fonk insurance customers who reported saving when they switched. License number 1070622.